This is the moment we should see Luno stepping into that. But we don't, because they don't know how to write. They have the writing skill of a 5-year-old who doesn't like the idea of sad consequences. Wah! It's cruel, it's unusual, but it's true. I've never really seen this girl done in really hot fan art. This is how I know that I think this particular quest of Weather and Waves not as popular. Welcome back to Suffering in a Gacha Game? Yes. Yeah, I'm here. I'm here to suffer because I want to be able to finish this goddamn quest and the subsequent video and follow up with, well, at least you can't say I didn't give it a shot. The fuck? I'm at the start for once? Oh, hey there. I know, it's rare. And it's, you know what, he's got more chances happening now, because this whole week, and probably next week, is Weathering Waves Bonanza. The worst kind of bonanza you could possibly imagine. Where I'm playing a whole bunch of this goddamn game, so I can officially make a damn video on the thing. Stop it. Stop bringing up your random bullshit. I think the design's alright. As I've said yesterday, though, I don't like the bra design. Like, the wings kind of make it look weird. I don't know, something about the design of the wings kind of make it feel, like, stretched. And, like, not very inspired. I like the hair. Who doesn't like a bit of silver hair? Is she a harpy? No, she's some sort of... I think she's apparently, like, mixing echoes into her body or something. So, like, unlike, like, us... who just goes, I'm an echo now. That wasn't what I wanted to turn into, an echo. I didn't want to just fire a goddamn missile. But, so she's like doing some other bullshit. She's one of those, I use the enemy's power and I am cursed forever. Check my cursed hand. It's got like massively long fingernails, like, good lord. Yeah, her outfit, I'm more of a fan of the bottom part of her outfit, specifically the shorts, and like the bullets, like dolphin shorts, like the Koreans know. The Koreans are on the fucking up and up with the dolphin shorts. They are the correct choice. Like, please, damn. The back of it is alright, I guess. Open back is always nice. Like, she looks cute and all. Problem is, as I've said, I don't really see any art of her. You think she needs something on her waist? Honestly, I think she should have the shotgun on her waist. Like, just like, instead of a pistol, just a massive fucking shotgun. That'd be great. Because her main weapon is a, like, fucking little sawn-off shotgun, which is kind of neat. Although it probably breaks her wrist. Like, look at that shit. Look at that. That's gonna break her wrist if she keeps using it. Just imagine, like, they Weathering Waves, but the recoil is realistic, and she just breaks her wrist. 10 out of 10. But yeah, I've not seen her that much. I've seen some of the later girls that I've not met, the pink-haired ones. In fact, I know because, you know, I'm not involved in the Weathering Waves drama that can come around from things. But I know about a few things. And one of the things I know about is some of the characters stand out a lot more. And the two that come to my mind is the pink one, because it's like some sort of like daughter character for the rover. And the other one that I hear a lot about is the one with the school outfit on, because everyone, I remember it had like the usual people who were like, she's wearing a school outfit? This is so fucking heckin' problematic. I heard those people. I have no idea what their positioning on the thing was. I just saw that was an argument for a while, which is very, very much a big game, big gacha type thing, big anime type thing. Nowadays, pretty much any anime that gets anywhere near modern, like, you know, the big mainstream, it'll have a whole bunch of people going like, that's it, this is a heckin' problematic. I'm gonna have to complain about this on Twitter. And it's a mess. Can't you skip most of this entire arc so maybe not these people have seen her? That is possible, and I do know that most of the people that I've talked to who really, really like Weathering Waves, aren't hard defenders. Like, a lot of the people, maybe you, random person who's watching this, is a hard, true defender of the story all the way through. But a lot of the people that have heard me talk about Wuthering Waves, and have discussed Wuthering Waves with me, on stream or something, usually follow up with, yeah, this is the bad part, or yeah, this isn't that good. Or they add in, oh, I love Wuthering Waves, I just skipped through all this part. Like, oh, I love Wuthering Waves, it's such a great game. By the way, I skipped the entire story. Whenever I got bored, I just slammed the skip button. And I'm like, alright. But the reason I don't skip is I want to make a goddamn video about the thing. And while it would be realistic of me to press the skip button 5 times and just be like, yep, quest over, and it took me half an hour, I do want the ability to be able to confidently call Wuthering Waves on all of its bullshit, and not be hobbled by accusations of, you didn't even play the main quest. I know I'm already going to get hobbled by people who say, you didn't play all the side and adventure missions, and I'm like, fuck that bullshit, brother. None of that actually matters. If the main quest can't keep my attention... Okay, go away, random thing. I hate it. Using woke language for anime cringe for weirdos. It's more like... Yeah, it is. It's cringe. It's all even putting aside more of like the woke or political language, you might say. I hate the kind of cringy elements that are, because the word problematic has kind of ascended to like this annoying fucking shit. Another one you've got like the more it's a bit cringier, but Diddy Blood. Everyone just uses like, oh my god, you got some Diddy anime, and it's just like fucking some average ass shit. It's like some of the most average, like fucking contentious shit, and they're like, Diddy Blood anime. Oh god, that shit is so annoying. I mean, I get people can have their opinions. I actually am quite honestly, like, I don't want to stop people from doing whatever they want to do with that stuff. I can disagree with it. I just find it fucking cringe that they just can't be like, oh man, I'm feeling a little uncomfy because there was a joke about the guy's sister being like, I love you, Oni-chan. It's like, fucking, what the hell's wrong? What the hell's wrong? Oh god. But if we were to sit here and complain about random... Why does that one have a tower and this one doesn't? Did someone fucking steal it for the copper inside and sell it to a scrapyard? Damn. Renacidi is going to shit. But... Yeah, there's a lot of people... like, it's interesting discussion about bad anime fans. Or, you know, for example, people... And I think I want to allow them to exist even if they make me infuriated. The line that I draw, however, is the people that try to enforce their views upon the authors. I feel like someone who goes out of their way to be like, I'm going to contact RE0's author, or Fate's author, or an author or director of an anime or something, like, you know, and be like, I want you to change this, you're a fucking freak, I hate you so much, that kind of shit. And it does happen. Because you got to remember, as much as we have the logic here, like we're sitting here going, oh yeah, people can have their opinions, let's just live and let live. A lot of people don't have that emotional maturity. Like, they've never considered that. They've never considered the idea of oh, other people like these things. They just immediately fight. Or they immediately go to the most extreme of like, well, I didn't like it, so I'm going to call the manager, I'm going to change up this, I'm going to ruin everything for everyone, because I specifically, regardless of like whatever like rating systems that may exist that already allow these things to exist, I'm going to try and force it to change for my desires. Those are the kinds of people that I fucking hate and should be like yelled down and made fun of more than anything. Those people should be constantly made fun of, because shame is an ultimate motivator. If someone is doing something you really don't like, making a culture around shaming those types of people is a way to victory. Unironically. Like, you don't like someone who is trying to force their beliefs on everyone else? Immediately turn around, start shaming that motherfucker. Doesn't matter how, what you're doing, just make sure you shame them. Enforce that culture upon them. Now, you gotta be careful, because A lot of people do think that they're trying to achieve a goal like that, but then they fuck it up. A good example, actually, is my Fate Zero video. Now, I knew I was going to get some people who were, I knew I was going to get some people in, when I played the Fate Zero, made the Fate Zero game, I knew I was going to get some people who really, really fucking hate Fate Zero. I talked about it in the video itself, but there's a strong subgrouping of people who really fucking hate Fate Zero, especially among some Fate Stay Night fans. And I know where it comes. There's a few. I saw like a bit of the directions it comes from. But those people, honestly, they really go out of their way to try and like hate on Zero as though that will help Fate Stay. And I get what they're saying. You want to have someone play the visual novel first. You want them to not be spoiled by Zero. You want them to understand that Zero is not representative of Fate Stay, and that there's other elements there. Because they're all correct points. Some of the characters are a little off. Some of the narratives off. Technically, Fate Zero takes place in an alternate universe because there were some things that were not consistent. For example, Saber didn't use her Noble Phantasm prior to the Fifth Grail War and stuff like that. But she did it anyway in Zero. The point I'm trying to make is, a lot of the people who hate Zero, and I saw it in my comments, would go absolutely ape shit, saying, I fucking hate Zero, Zero's the worst thing in the world, you guys should kill yourselves, like, going over the top. And going over the top like that to try and make their point about Fate Stay being like, you know, you should watch Fate Stay better, never works. Because you got to think of it in two directions. Are you like, even you try, because, and well, not two directions, all right. You got to think about it this. You're trying to tell someone, convince them, and reasonably, that, hey, if you want to go into this world, maybe start with this one because it's the original. Going and watching all these side stuff will reveal things about what happened in this one. And this is the best, most original way to experience it. And even the anime adaptations that have been of that original can't really capture it. All of those are reasonable points to make. Do not make that point by going absolutely bananas, because all normie people will see it. Like normal people on the sidelines who've not seen anything about Fate will sit there and go, what the fuck is wrong with you? And they'll probably completely disregard you. And that happens more often than not. It's very stupid of those people. I get what they're coming from though. Like, I get it. I love Umineko. I love other animes. I love games, and I'm like, okay, there are certain ways you want to play this. But you gotta know how to fight your battles to make people enjoy what you enjoy. Or you're gonna just look like a madman. And that's what a lot of them do look like. Now, that said, there are also a lot of people who totally don't like Zero, but also are much more articulate and reasonable in their discussions. I'll say things like, I'm not the biggest fan of Zero for a few reasons. I think it's a great show, like, on the face of it, but when you get down to it, it really lacks some of the things that Fate Stay is known for, and I'd recommend watching it after Fate Stay to really appreciate, like, stuff like that. Like, someone who's reasonable in making their point, but they often can't. I made fun of them in the video because I knew they would show up. It's partially not their fault, and partially, I mean, it is their fault if they're actually aiming to convince anyone, but a lot of the time, they feel like, they're fighting a battle. A lot of the, and this is not just for Fate Stay, and keep in mind, I'm not trying to say the Fate Stay is inferior for this. This is a toxic fandom, or a fandom in general thing, not even toxic. But a lot of the time, these people argue because they feel like they've been attacked. They apply previous experiences to the new one. For example, I made a joke, like a vague joking comment. I was like, where I responded like, hey guys, post your big Fate takes. Your hottest Fate takes will get you look like this. And it's like Saber getting stabbed by several swords. And I said, I made a video vaguely positive about Fate Zero. It is my fate to be stabbed in a back alleyway. You know, just a little bit of a tongue-in-cheek joke. And I swear, like, you know, a few people liking that. What the first comment, and like, I didn't get many comments on it, but the first comment I got was this guy just saying, you're just posting disingenuously. You know how horrible all those Fate Zero fans have been. They just watch it and they hate Fate Stay. You're being disingenuous. That's the kind of reaction you get because you're thinking about random other people that have been mean to you, or you've seen people being mean to you. Was I being mean? Did I ever say I hated Fate Stay, or I liked Fate Zero more than Stay? Nope. But that's the place they go to because they exist in this fan rivalry. This anger world where they both fight each other and they assume that they have the moral superiority. And that's why we end up in these situations where you have fans sitting there going, yeah, I'm justified in being the worst person ever. And then all the people in the middle will look at them and go, you're not convincing me that your series is better. That's why the toxic fandom thing, especially, for example, between Mushoku Tensei and RE0, which is a little bit more in the Twitter spaces or online, you're seeing a bit more lately, because the people, I don't know, they just like arguing, I guess. Just because you see those things, you kind of go, well, you're not convincing me of either of your shows, the more insane you respond. But the problem is, those insane responses resonate with other people within the fandoms that have those insane responses, so they tend to get pushed up. So you'll see people saying, Zero's like really serious, and Mushoku Tensei is Diddy Blood, and everyone who likes Mushoku Tensei should kill themselves, and then 85,000 likes. Because there's a lot of people who are really, really into the fucking, the popularity wars. All the normal people are watching that and going, what the fuck is wrong with them? But all the people who are in that fight are going, yeah, you're totally showing them. While all the people in the fucking audience on the sidelines are saying, what the fuck is wrong with them? I'm probably not going to really want to watch this by people who are so ridiculously over-the-top competitive. I'm not saying that that's just the RE0 fans' fault. No, the other side have their own ways to argue or talk and disingenuously, as they say, or as I was commented, make comments about things. But honestly, it's an endless tribalism. It's an endless tribalism, which is a very annoying tribalism to look at. And having made my Zero video and knowing that they would have come, I'm quite impressed to see them myself. And kind of just be impressed by them. Like, for example, I think there was maybe 1 or 2 guys on the comments. Like, I didn't get too many comments. Like, it's got about 100 and something comments on the video, where I had a few people comment on other people's comments constantly. Whenever they'd say something mildly positive about Zero, there was or they'd comment under it, like, Zero's stupid. You should not watch Zero. It's fucking dumb. The Nasu is great. Ura Butcher is the worst writer. Like, he's just an edge boy. I fucking hate him. You should not watch. Like, he's like, shut the fuck up, man. You're not helping your argument. Like, you're not helping your argument. But they're real people, and you just kind of, when your entire personality is defined by a series, you kind of get it. When you see someone attack it, or even adjacently support something that you see as attacking it, you're reacting as though someone's attacking you. And that's a psychological thing. Now look at the comments that I'm ignoring. Talking about same way 20 years ago, people would say problematic instead of, yeah, retard, probably. Are they? Watermud can't say, but I can. They're thinking discuss reaction of pure morality guidance. Yeah, the morality guidance is so, and that morality guidance is all. I fucking hate that people. A lot of the time, the people who will say something like, I hate it. It's so morally wrong, and then you'll see their likes, or you can't see likes anymore, but you'll see Twitter reposts or whatever, or stuff that they've done in the past that is so fucking stupid that entirely invalidates everything they've ever said. That's why I'm more honest about myself. I know that maybe I would have more fans. Maybe people listening right now would be more happy with me if I said things like, yeah, I like these shows, but the fan service, No, I'm just gonna be honest. I like the fan service. Cute anime girls are fucking cute, and I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna own it. But a lot of people try to avoid that because they're like, I think people like me more. I'm like, that's just it's stupid. People only interact with the weirdest folks on the other side, other fandoms, so both sides. Yes, that's what I was trying to say. Yeah, that's a better way to summarize what I was saying in a long form, in a much more efficient way. Yeah, the maniacs on both sides define the conversation. The maniacs define the conversation because all the normie people who have mild takes and reasonable positions, no one's gonna be retweeting and posting about that either angrily or happily. That shit's gonna be like, oh yeah, okay, thanks for the buttered bread, friend. Wait, hot take screaming about RE0 being being like a incel show for incels. Oh my god, I need to talk about this. That's the kind of shit that gets popular. two weirdos that interact with like 90% of the others. Yeah, pretty much. That's why it was like I was saying, there was one or two or people who would really aggressively talk about those the negative elements about the video that I had in the comment section, because those are the two maniacs. Now, sometimes you get people who really do care and will make a impassioned, clear speech about why they think their thing should be read in this way, or like, you know, make some points like, I think Zero is good like this, but in the context of Fate Stay, like shit like that, that person is gonna get like 5 likes from people who are reasonable and go, oh yeah, that makes sense. But the person who's screaming about Fate Zero and the Urabutcher are going to get likes from all the other maniacs who have been fighting other maniacs from Fate Zero's fandom, being like, yeah, I'm getting back at those people who made fun of me when I was enjoying Fate Stay, or I'm getting back at the maniacs who hated me when I was fucking hating Fate Zero. Like, all those people, all they see is not just a conversation about a series. They see their eternal enemy, which is why their responses are so fucking stupid and cringe in a vacuum. The only people who find their responses reasonable are people who have already been in that fight, who have already been in that war. So it all kind of fits together in their mind, but everyone else just looks like two absolute crazy people screaming at each other. And that's the world we're in. Every fandom has 2 or 3 cybersmiths, and you need to accept that they are weird and loud. Yeah, that's, yeah. I'm probably, and they don't even realize it. I'm probably that for some things, and obviously, sometimes I'll make fun of things with my own, like, opinion on things. And I think, yeah, I'll probably am kind of in that vein. For example, I'll make fun of Fairy Tail all the time. Fuck Fairy Tail. I think it's stupid. I don't think that there's a better show that is similar to Fairy Tail you should watch, or I watched the old Fairy Tail edition or something. I just hate it for one specific reason. Nothing ever matters. And there was like an entire fucking arc where they did the everyone dies but they all magically come back arc, and I'm like, that's stupid. I fucking hate it. And I hated it so much that I decided to stop watching. I don't care how hot Lucy is. But everyone argues like these things. And it's hard to tell the difference, because I've never had people telling me, you know, fucking Fairy Tail's great. I've never been in arguments about how Fairy Tail's the best thing ever. I just randomly have this weird chip on my shoulder about Fairy Tail, because it wasted my fucking time, despite having really hot characters. Like that redhead girl, Ezra, or whatever. Holy shit, she's goddamn. But no, that I like to think that my anger and my like rage that I'll have against something is usually just justified in my own personal feelings and not some weird carryover from like an argument that's been going online for 20 billion years. But we'll see. Perhaps I'm wrong. It's hard to tell whether you're the annoying fucking one, isn't it? Women in armor? Hell yeah. You gotta love some women in armor. But no. I hope that everyone who has been watching the video has been enjoying it. I think the video is not going to be able to do, like, being honest. I mean, it's only been out for 3 days, so a lot of people would say, hey, why the fuck do you care? But looking at the back end, I'll put it to you this way. The Fate Zero video is doing better than the last 3 videos I made, which is pretty good. I'm satisfied with that. But it's doing worse than the video I would have liked it to kind of minimally get, which was similar to the the Black Lagoon video. And you know how in YouTube backend you can see how something was doing as it would really, at least comparison to the last 10 videos. So basically, right now in the same time frame, Black Lagoon was at 9,000 views and was like doing pretty solidly for itself, and eventually got a very solid amount of views, and I was quite happy with that. Not crazily. I mean, I obviously want a viral video rather than just a slow burn, but it is what it is. And the other one that also did really, really fucking well that it's nowhere near is Yojo Senki, which at this point in time was around 25,000 views, comparison to Zero's like 5,000 something views right now. So it is what it is. I wish you could have done better, but it is, you know, you can't win them all. You just gotta learn, try and take it away from what you can learn from it. No confetti for the video. A lot of other people would have confetti. A lot of smaller creators. I know creators out there who would be like, "Man, you made fucking 5,000 views in 2 days. That's crazy." But for me, what I'm trying to aim at to try and make like true, you know, big old content channel and become like that my mainstay source of everything for my whole life. you want to try and you have to, like, by definition you have to aim higher, otherwise you're not going to make it. So yeah, I'm actually hoping that that either it'll have legs to just keep going and, you know, over time get a lot of views similar to Black Lagoon or something like that, and that it doesn't just fall off the cliff like Edge Runners did, because Edge Runners, you know, notoriously reached like, I don't know, like 7,000, 6,000, then just stopped. It gets like 30 views every 48 hours now, which is sad, but it is what it is. And I would hope that Fate Zero would do it. But that's why, like, while to a small channel, they'll be like, wow, 5,000 views. To me, it's like, damn, didn't win again. Didn't get the win again. I'll keep trying, of course. And because of the nature of my channel, all of my content is evergreen, as they say. Evergreen's the title, or like a video that will always get views. And a review video like my stuff will always get views. It's just a matter of, will it get as many views? One of the good things about having a channel like this, and with consistent types of uploads and stuff, is once a video does really well, for example, let's say tomorrow, for no apparent reason, one of my videos just magically took off and made, you know, 1 million views. It usually splashes onto the other videos because the algorithm goes, okay, so let me show you, show all those people the other videos, and then those videos will also get a boost and things like that. And over time, that thing continues. It's why a lot of large channels, even though they might only get a few thousand views, but once they've fallen off really badly, like, I wouldn't call myself fallen off because I haven't even reached the heights to fall off from, but that's why those channels tend to keep going and be like, why would you make these videos? You used to get billion videos that would get millions of views, and now you get like tens of thousands of views, or maybe even fucking 1,000-ish views. Like, why would you still do this? It's because you need to stay monetized, but also because all their catalog is still getting them a whole bunch of views, which are probably relating to money. I did watch Fairy Tail, which for world build is the only one with basically adventuring guilds that makes any sense as a thing to exist, because they have mages doing mage stuff for commission. But Fairy Tail has a huge problem, things to matter, like if anything ever kept redeeming villains. Yeah, I fucking hated that it kept redeeming villains as well. I do like a good redeemed villain every now and then, but I hate just like come on, just let him be evil. Let a bitch be evil. I am the true believer in, like, if you have a character who betrays someone or something, let him be evil. But not in, like, you don't have to be, like, evil in, like, a shitty way. Like a ha, like, pathetic, like, I'm gonna steal your woman way. But in an interesting way. You can go all the way. You can be evil. And I think there's a few things that but in the end, it's what kind of basics around what Fairy Tail does. Fairy Tail isn't really for someone who's there for some higher kind of like tier of storytelling where it's like, oh wow, look how complicated all these stories are. No, it's all about, look at the power levels, and he's gonna power up and get a new form. Look, he's a hot girl he likes, and then there's comedy. It's just a shonen show, and expecting anything else from it, like, you're not gonna get far. It is what it is, really. I love myself some good old shonen, but Fairy Tail just went too far in the nothing ever matters kind of direction. It's a cheap cheeseburger show. That's one way to put it, yeah. Some people love that kind of shit. I just couldn't do it. I can occasionally just enjoy an indulgence of something completely, like, pathetic, even with, like, something like romance, where it's just, like, very obvious who's gonna win, or some comedy thing, or harem bullshit, stuff like that. I can enjoy those, even though generally speaking, I wouldn't really be crazy about them because I've seen so many. But yeah, it's, you know, it's just a bit of junk food. I don't hate them. But Fairy Tail was one that really got under my skin, and I think it got under my skin because it pretended to be much more than it was. And I really don't appreciate when a show pretends characters are going to die, or have died, and then immediately reverses it. So that's why I'm not a big fan of this quest with fucking, oh yeah, we shot her. We shot Carthia. Oh my god, Carthia's dead, guys. She's dead for real, for real. And everyone reacts with, like, you know, an ironing board level of acting. Or dialogue, I should say, because, you know, it's not acting. But, and then, of course, they realize, she's gonna come back to life, wow! And I'm like, oh, okay. Alright. Yeah, okay. And I just don't give a single flying fuck. Because I know all these things, and I hate them. I hate how they just, like, cheapen their own existence. It had 328 episodes. Oh yeah, I would expect that from Fairy Tail. Yeah, Fairy Tail was long. It was one of the long ones. It's another reason that I don't like it. A series that long should really be able to turn around and have some... The rule of comedy doesn't have to apply to everything, but if you have a show that goes on for that fucking long, you need to start getting serious. You need to start raising the stakes. I need to feel that there's potential for things to go wrong. A good example of that, fucking One Piece. One Piece took some time. One Piece took some time, and honestly, to be fair, the manga, the adaptation into anime, does some censorship. For example, like everyone, all like the mooks dying and stuff like that. It does censor a lot of those things, but generally speaking, over time they get to more and more serious consequences for their characters, and the villains get more and more serious and aren't just like treated as jokes. And eventually, you know, even though it takes its time, we get to the part where major characters start dying. Or die or have serious suffering things happen to them that really impact their character and their story going forward. And that's a great part of the story, and it's a very interesting element that can come forward and we can develop further. But Fairy Tail never did that. It would just keep going with the same fucking uninspired trash. Well, I mean, if you're into that kind of just endless shonen stuff, I guess so. But I just want some more, goddammit. And even though you might argue that that One Piece itself is similar to that, I find that One Piece pretty much passes that smell test pretty well. Although I'm not a big fan of the filler. The filler's awful. And it is one of those shows where, especially with One Piece, where you kind of need to get into a rhythm. Once you start watching it, it's like, goddamn, this becomes comfort food. Gay. Oh, I know. A lot of people don't like One Piece. But I have to say, One Piece is another one with a pretty annoying fandom online, I see. I think a lot, and mostly it's because it's so large, it gets every part of the most annoying people eventually getting involved. A lot of the time, though, there are like people who will just watch One Piece and go, "Oh my God, that Diddy blood anime harem man likes his sister. My boy Luffy would never." You know, that kind of people. No, I mean you, for playing Wuthering Waves. Where is Rover? He's bad. He bad. She bad. She a baddie. Oh, she a baddie. Damn. Sorry. Some of the One Punch fillers are really good. The Marineford arc was really good. I never watched filler. I got fucking fooled when I was watching Bleach. One of the first fucking anime shonens I ever watched. I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. I'm really enjoying this. And then I watched the filler episodes. The filler people never got fucking re-involved. I got so upset. I looked it up and I was like, you mean I wasted all my time? I fucking hate filler. Even if you tell me, oh, the filler's really good. It's actually a really good story. I'm just like, no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know already when I look intellectually at a narrative or a story, I'm going to spoil something. The good guys are going to win. The good guys are probably 99.99999% of the time going to win. But I could not accept a series giving me a fucking description that intellectually told me what was going to happen. And I fucking could not go into a filler arc going, none of this matters. Everyone here, all the powers used will never be mentioned again. The main characters may get along with these characters, but they will never be major characters outside this. You could have a romance happen that will never fucking be referenced again. The main character will cuck this person. They will never have anything go on. I'm like, no, thank you. Fuck off. I am not here for this. I'm not here for the tupla that exists in this, like, fake world. Fuck this noise. Fuck it all together. Yeah, so that was me when it comes to filler arcs. I cannot and will not accept it. In fact, even on a lower scale, you guys probably know this because occasionally I talk about it on community posts, but I love audiobooks. They're a great thing to listen to while doing something else. And while I was listening to, checking out an audiobook, I was like, all right, let's check out some just trashy audiobooks, you know, some light RPG bullshit, like basically as that guy. And I was looking into it, and there was one that described the thing, guys. It's like, it said, like, I don't know, I can't remember the names, like, Jack Miller will become a god, but he doesn't know it yet. And I was like, yeah, I'm out. Immediately. Immediately I'm out. I don't care how good the book is. I don't care how good the story is. You do not start your story with a direct fucking statement that the main character is going to become the most powerful, overpowered thing ever. No. Fuck off. Fuck right off. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it when a web novel opens up. I'm sorry, web novel or a webtoon opens up with a flash forward. Fucking, I was reading, like, some guy sent me a webtoon. He said, oh, this is really great. It's like about a guy with Chinese martial arts and like learning powers and stuff, and he gets kicked out of his like sector or whatever. I'm like, all right, I'll give it a shot. And the opening fucking quest, the opening part is him finding his long lost sister and revealing that he's like really, really powerful. And then it like flashes back to like 5 years ago, and I'm like, fuck off. And I immediately like turned it off. This might be my stupid hang up, but do not tell me what is going to happen and then say, you get to see how he become the best person. Because every fucking time you show me him struggling, I'm just like, that's fine, he's just going to become the best person. And while intellectually, I know that the author is going to make characters overcome these things, the fact that I have a mild, small little bit of doubt really fucking helps in the whole suspension of disbelief. So fuck you, author, if you start your goddamn story off with, my main character will become the best. He's gonna defeat all of his rivals, and he's got a massive cock. Now, I'm gonna tell you how he got all the girls and stuff. Let's start. Like, no, fuck you. Don't tell me that shit. Get the hell out of here, man. Start your story off with something like, in a dark place, there's lots of danger, and Jack Miller needs to struggle, but will he overcome it, or will he sink to the floor in failure? Something like that. I mean, that's a stupid fucking description. But the point being, do not confirm the ending. And yeah, same goes for Flash Forward. Sorry, I go a little over the top there. Paranoia and Agent good. Oh, Paranoia Agent. Yeah, this is fun. It was fun. Luffy's going to be king of the pirates. Yeah, well, no, Luffy just says that, though. Luffy just says that. I'm going to be king of the pirates, he says. That's his thing. It's not like the story says, specifically, Luffy will become king of the pirates. Or at least, if it did, I don't remember. And I guess maybe it didn't strike me as much. One Piece does kind of get away with filler because they leave the idle of those characters not matter anymore. Good filler is good for exploring character situation that would happen in the main story. I get it. I get it. Totally understand. All I can say is I feel like I'm wasting my fucking time. I feel like I'm wasting my time because all that character development, it's going to happen in the main series. If there was a series that will like show off that and also here's another thing that actually does piss me off. A lot of the time, some of the character development they'll show, and this was really true in Bleach, they'll show character development for characters acting in both more mature ways or using their powers in interesting ways. Why, there's a fucking invisible wall here? What the fuck, man? And they'll use their powers and characters in interesting ways. And they'll turn around in the main story after that filler quest, like after they've had their development, and they'll have to go through it again, and they'll be just like, yeah, what the fuck are you doing? You already had this adventure. You already overcame your difficulties and stuff. Oh, there's more walls here. So that's another issue, which is, yeah, sure, I'll get to see this character act in a new way in a new area, and like see how they go. But all of the development they get has to be re-fucking done for the main quest, because the main quest is the actual author's story, and the character never actually went through all the damn fucking experiences that we saw in the goddamn filler quest. At best, it's a fantasy tupler. It's a fantasy what-if situation that doesn't matter, and you might as well delete from your brain. And every time you find a really good character from a filler quest, you're like, man, I really like that girl. She was so cute. She'd be great with this other character. You have to remind yourself they'll never get together, and she's basically dead now. At the end of the final ed. Like, the final moment they say, we'll meet again! And then it's like, little text comes up on screen. She died later that day, and no one ever mentioned her again. I hope the main cast die and Big Mama becomes Queen of the Pirates. That'd be funny. That'd be pretty funny. Like, what I hope is, I do actually kind of have some hopes. Well, no, I'm not sure hopes. I do like suffering, so I'm a big fan of it, and I understand why a lot of people wouldn't like it. But I do like more stress. I do hope that more more intense stuff happens to push forward the risks. Because like One Piece does do a lot of... One thing you might say about One Piece is, despite the fact that characters do die and mooks die a lot of the time you'll get other characters who are like clearly are in a situation where they could die or should die, or they get hit by an attack that clearly shows like, oh my god, this kills them, and then they just totally survive and we're like just got a bunch of bandages on later. I'm like, come on, man, you got shot in the fucking chest with a gun. Look, what the hell is going on here? You know, you just, later on in the chapter, you're like, oh, we did it, guys. I've got a whole bunch of bandages, and now I can drink some fucking beer. It's like, what the hell? You know, I forgive One Piece for the most part for that. There are always little pet peeves about stuff, even stuff you do like. I get this, especially when it's just ego stroking to completion, the flash forward, like why they often suck. But the flash forward has the protagonist getting to suffer really fucking bad. Oh yeah, that's a good one. If the flash forward is a different... Okay, here's the different kind of flash forwards that I can accept. A flash forward that shows the main character in a horrific situation where they're struggling horribly, or like they're facing off against something that's terrifying and they're losing and their back's against the wall and they don't have like the OP powers or whatever. All right, okay, that's acceptable. I can take that. Especially if they integrate it into like, this is actually like a future sight thing or some kind of like, you know, something that's more narrative relevant as other than the author wants to jump forward to see the ending. So to tease it. Because a lot of the time, the problem I have, especially have with fucking like cultivation stories or webtoon type stuff, a lot of the time they do that to show off their character being strong. They like go, look, if you stick around, he's going to have a really big cock and all the women are going to really like him. He's also going to be really cool with like white hair and a sword. I've been imagining this part forever, but now we have to go back and like look at all the boring parts where you just kind of wish fulfillment gets all the cool stuff. No, I hate that. That's the worst one. That's the worst one. My Hero Academia would have been good if characters died. Agreed. I don't understand why no one really died. Honestly, I don't understand it. My Hero Academia, with all the classroom stuff, and also the I'm not going to say who, but there was a traitor in the class. I think it was the most obvious fucking person in the, who the traitor in the class was. And then having classmates just like survive everything. It's just like, come on. I think it was, the ending was designed for like a lot more characters to die or suffer or something, or there to be a lot more stakes raised by that, and they just didn't. I don't know why. I mean, I guess they just didn't, in the end, want to hurt anyone, and they just wanted it all to kind of go this way and just have a handful of like big heroic sacrifice. Didn't that one girl die? God, I can't remember. I vicariously kept up with One Piece, not One Piece, My Hero Academia, because I was forced to, but I kind of fell off after a certain point because the story just kind of really dropped. Like, it just really stopped being as interesting to me. I know that some characters died but didn't die, in quotation marks, but almost always it was villains. It was almost always villains. And I'm like, yeah, villain dying, sure, but you needed more like heroic deaths. Like, I don't know why that like All Might didn't die in some of those scenes. Like, he should have died like way earlier. Like, I didn't like that part where like he was having that big old fight and it's like, next is you, and he gives up all of his power and whatnot, and then all that. That was the scene. That was where he had to die. And they just didn't? I don't know why they did that. That was their fucking big, you know, One Piece moment where, like, you know, a big character, you know, you guys, if you know, you know, a big character dies in One Piece at a specific scene that drives a lot of character development going forward. That was the moment, the big moment where after all the class shenanigans, you know, the silly quests with all the kids learning to explore their powers and developing bonds, and then you have All Might fucking go all out in a big old fight that the main characters can't be involved in. We see the power levels of the enemies he's facing as he struggles and pushes himself over the line to save a whole bunch of innocent people one final time, maybe even the main character, and then he passes away as a, you can do this, Midoriya. I believe in you. And he's like, no, I'm not ready, Sensei. And it's like, okay, all right. I mean, maybe it's a little bit of a tropey, but I kind of thought that was what they were going to do, and I After that, though, there seemed to be like a lack of that. It's almost like they wanted to, and then they just pulled back because they were afraid. I don't know, man. It just kind of never. After that particular part, the quests. I mean, the storyline. I continued on for a bit. Just stopped really getting to me. It stopped really being that interesting. Same. I haven't kept myself episode. I kind of heard it was like a side of like side radiation, but from what I heard, she was like the main girl. She was in love, main girl, and it sucked that they had to kill the one open lesbian. Oh, I think I remember. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah. I know who you're talking about. I won't say the names and spoilers because even though everyone fucking knows who, I hate being spoiled. Even though I've probably mentioned some things like, oh my god, guys, Dumbledore dies. But I hate being spoiled by people, even inadvertently. It is what it is. So I try to avoid that when I can on the stream, or at least talk, make it very clear that I'm going to talk about something that will spoil you all. But yeah, there was I think there's a lot of things like that when it comes to narrative, like flash forwards and having to put the stakes up and things like that. You need to raise your stakes. There are some pet ones, like pet peeves that I have with narrative choices in some stories that just specifically only deal with something I would think of, and I know generally why they don't appear in a lot of normal stories. And one of those is revenge, right? Wait, All Might never died? Didn't they give him like 100 death flags? Yeah, no, I don't think he died ever. Like he had 100 death flags and he just never died. Maybe that's like the thing. They're like, oh, everyone expects him to die, so we'll take him away. But even so, they didn't have enough like death or failure in other characters, which would have been the least interesting. But yeah, they didn't take it away from him, which is, I'm like, that's stupid. It's stupid. But no, another thing I have is revenge. So revenge stories. Now, 90% of revenge stories go like this, right? Especially a long-term revenge, not like a short-term, like, man was bullying me and now I got to bully him back because I'm strong. No, like a real, like, this fucking motherfucker killed my family kind of shit. Like, revenge story. Like, one of those big old revenge stories. I fucking hate, and now this is only me. This is not something I can really justify for everyone else because I understand everyone's different. I fucking hate the narrative choice of characters after their revenge. Characters' revenge is destructive. Character's revenge could result in their own suffering and the suffering others, and character then decides to, for whatever fucking reason, give up on their vengeance. Usually this still resolves in the person that they have revenge on dying through other circumstances. Like, they're like, I'm not gonna kill you. They turn around and then like the evil villain goes, ah, you turned around. They go to attack and then they die from some other enemy. They gave up their vengeance, but they still get their vengeance anyway. I fucking hate characters giving up their vengeance. I hate it. And I accept that characters who like will take their revenge won't get like stuff. There's a long trope of, I got my vengeance, but does it feel any better? No. I get that. I get it. And you know what? I accept it. What I fucking want to see and what I love is a character who's so committed to their vengeance that they are entirely self-aware that the vengeance that they're going to get won't save their mental state. It will not bring back the friends or family that were killed or whatever they're avenging for. All the people that they've made friends with, all of the new relationships they have from, their questing or whatever they're doing that they're trying to reach revenge, they will lose it potentially. All of this won't ever be the same. They're casting aside the new life that they could carve out, all for their vengeance. And then they totally turn around and say, yes, I know that this is all for nothing. I know I'm giving up this girl that really likes me. I know I'm giving up these friends I've made. I know I'm giving up all these opportunities to better myself and be happier as an individual going forward. I don't care. I'm getting my vengeance. I fucking love that trope so much, and I hate it when they invert it by saying, no, I give up my vengeance. I give it up for the betterment of myself. I won't be pulled down into the toxic world of wanting hate in my heart. And I'm like, no, have hate in your heart. Have lots of hate in your heart. God damn it. Fill your heart with hate, damn it. Go all the way. I love watching a character on a self-destructive hate revenge path. It's so cool. No, I hate it when they take it away from me. Yeah, that's my pet thing. I had to mention it. I had to bring it up. I had to do it to him. Sorry, but we've actually been sitting here for almost a fucking hour. Maybe we should play the goddamn game. Playing a week of Weathering Waves. Never gonna reach the goddamn end of this quest. I think, what was I doing again? Fuck. My memory's already slipped away from what the actual story was. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is like the villain family that have like brain damage from the dark magic thing. They could have been. I would have enjoyed them if they were more villainous instead of just. And then they just have the vibe. Oh no, Gilberto! Not Gilberto! I hate when they have a reason that the reason they gave up the vengeance is just shallow shit like I won't be as bad as you. Ignore all the bad guys I killed to get here. Yeah, that shit is the worst. I personally am a full believer in go all the way, burn yourself out. Burn like the sun, knowing that at the end of that road, there's nothing for you. God, I love it so much. Stab him. Stab him. Kill him. Oh my god, do it. Do it. I know you're like a fake villainess girl who just acts evil, but big torpedo tits. Turn around and shoot that man in the head. He deserves to die a hero. Will they do it? Oh, it's happening. The end. Paradise! Oh, hell yeah. That sounds great. Sounds like he's having a good time. He's been saved, guys. He's been saved. Why did you look away? He's like a really important person to you, and you just looked away? Damn it, Cantarella. Yeah, I mean, I'd be surprised too. She's gonna use her evil jellyfish. Trust me, big tits. Remember that time I fondled your breasts so aggressively? Our trust is deep. Please. Yep, they have the blood thing. I really liked her when she was I mean, I still like her now, but she's such a vibe-based character, which is unfortunate. She's vibe-based around being evil and manipulative when she's not actually evil or manipulative at all. She's just a big old pretend, and I fucking hate that. I wish she actually was something to be. I love a character who would actually be evil. Actually be evil. Or actually be a threat, you know? Where I could be like, maybe she could do something wrong. I still like her, you know, a good old red flag needs some blood on that flag. But as she is, she's just a green flag pretending to be red. But look at those torpedo tits. God damn, she's gonna sink her battleship. She'll sink my battleship. It feeds on human despair, warping the frequency to the tides. Well, yeah, I know about that. That's what they had with the family age gap. Corruption is an interesting idea, but I hope that I've seen corruption done better in other stories. For example, 40k is I like the idea in 40k that it's all like for its dark gods and stuff. It's like temptation, much more interesting than just like, I don't know, you go like blood. Your blood just turns you into a puppet. It's boring. I mean, it's fine, I guess, if you use it properly, but give me some of that. Give me some of that, like, the power of chaos is in my blood. I will become a god. That kind of shit. You can live, you will as a killer. You're a killer just like me. I can live with that. Shoots his head off. Stuff like that is good, yeah. I just feel like, you know, just follow through. I don't agree with an author that tries to, like, right at the end spin a, revenge is bad and you should give up. I do appreciate them spinning the revenge bad thing and then having a character turn around and just say, I know I'm gonna fail. I'm gonna suffer. This is gonna be awful. But you need to fucking die. That's peak. That's peak. I don't care what anyone says. Vengeance is peak. All we can do. Yeah, okay, so they're actually gonna kill him? Alright, come on, do it, do it. I know he's just an NPC. Murder that man. Hey, I thought you'd lost your mind already. Maybe, was there any story with this? I only saw him like once in the story. Come on, come on. At least be villainess. Oh, come on. You have to do it. God, stop acting like... Oh, look at that. You're doing funny. He like, it's fucking like slugs slam into his head and just splatter all over the nearby servants. Look at those cool ass shotguns. What you gonna do? Knife? Jellyfish attack? Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. What? That wasn't... What? Oh, what? That's cringe. Nah, you know what should have happened? It should have been much more intense. And like... Yeah, what the fuck, man? I wanted to be way cooler. And why does it sound so low? I mean, I complain about every fucking thing. Good evening, gentlemen. Hi there, Commissar. No one's doing anything except... Nobody recently said, I love chaos, I'll become a god. Nobody said that. Especially not me. I would never. Cantarella, show me those titties. Like a good old the gunshot would have been cooler. There's something impactful about it. For example, she pulls up her hand to like fire off something. He died from concentrated cringe. I feel like there could have been a better one. Like for example, she pulls up the thing and there could have been like a sound effect or like a pop or like some sort of like kind of similar to a gunshot sound. And like as he's dying, like don't show him just standing there because like no damage on his stealth. It should have just been like looking at his face and he's looking up at like the top and he's still like talking about the Leviathan, going Leviathan paradise, and then his eyes slip down as he's dying and he looks at Cantarella and he goes, glory to the Fasalia family, like in much more of a horrid like gurgling, blood's coming out of his mouth, and then he just drops to the ground. Man. Nobody ever wants to go the extra distance I like. Fuck. Is this the Theoden thing again? Yeah, it is. It's literally all... Well, no, in this specific case it is. But also, we're also versing the giant whale monster, which is also the Theoden monster. But we're also versing the... I think it was like the Thunderman, whatever. But that's also the Theoden. And also we're versing Avidius, and Avidius is like a Harbinger. Harbinger is also just the Theoden. It's literally the Theoden all the way down. It's fucking Theoden of Rohan all the way down. Warhammer has actually 2 types of corruption: warp corruption and chaos corruption. Warp corruption is basically being irradiated by warp energies, but getting tentacles and eyes in places it shouldn't be. And chaos is using stuff from the chaos gods. Yeah, that's fair. I know there's a bunch of different corruptions in various series and games, and yeah, I'll accept that. Yeah. I love chaos corruption because it's more interesting, I think. I like how chaos corruption feels like a creeping monstrosity that you need to kind of keep people from even knowing about it, which is why I prefer the theory. I'm not sure if it's confirmed or not, but I like the theory that the reason the Inquisition stamps out knowledge of chaos is just even the knowledge of existing of chaos is a danger. You can't just go, guys, there's big fucking demons in the warp and you can make contracts with them. Don't do it. It's like literally their knowledge would like, you know, drag in the weak-willed and things like that. On top of like the temptation of power and stuff like that. I prefer those kinds of things as opposed to like family is all gonna turn evil eventually. Like a guaranteed evil, you know? All right, big tits. At least Kathy remained secure in the Philadelphia estate, but the divinity's statue began whispering in her minds, then came time. Alright, yeah, the big old monsters you're telling you to be evil and shit. Fair enough. You know, if someone was supposed to be like a character that was evil or used evil power or was like using evil powers to do good things, it should have been Cantarella rather than this random girl. She just kind of comes out of nowhere. Cantarella's literally has a bloodline infused with the evil monster. It should have been Cantarella who uses the evil powers and like manages to overcome the brainwashing. Like, why didn't anyone do that? The old world Warhammer TRPG has a cool mechanic for corruption that's literally tempting you with power. That sounds fun. I remember that it had that when I played Dawn of War, you could like get corrupted gear, and you could like get it on your series, and you could get your soldiers get more corrupted. I never used it because even in games where I was like, I should use this corrupted stuff, I was like, no, the Emperor told me no, so I won't. I'm reading the Night Lord trilogy right now, and it does a really good job of going. Oh god, I can imagine fucking Night Lords. Okay, we gotta go find Avidius. And we gotta stab him a bunch. Alright, he's the only, you know, the... Oh my god, Phoebe, you're barely in the story at all, but you've arrived. Oh, is she part of the good part of the church? Cringe. If they were going to have a schism, they should have gone all the way. A real schism leads to, like, actual war. Boring. Okay. I gotta say, I'm just throwing it out there. This is another one of those Weathering Waves things that doesn't really fit in my brain. It's well known that the church is mostly controlled by people who believe in an evil god. Why the fuck is there not a schism? I guess this falls hand in hand with the idea of this story keeps telling me that Renacedia is controlled by a church of villains. And then it's just not shown at all them doing anything really villainous in terms of the city. Like, they'll be like, ah, yes, our city is controlled by the evil church, and they burn people who express themselves in degenerate ways. You walk through the city, it's like literally like an ideal fucking city. Everyone's like laughing and drinking wine and eating pasta, and they're all like this beautiful art everywhere. And then there's just a guy going, oh, it's just the worst, we are oppressed. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? So I suppose it makes sense that the church can exist with two distinct factions and one of them believes in an evil fucking snake god. I mean, water horse god. Whereas the other one is just like, yeah, we believe in the non-water horse god that, you know, is not going to have people get sacrificed and whatnot. But we're all going to stay together and not actually argue at all. This fucking makes no sense. City, yeah, I know. I keep crashing out about Renacedia because it's such a stupid city. Oh, God. Also in 40k, the Inquisition stamps out knowledge of chaos because the Imperium literally is so bad that 1 in 4 Super Satans is a legit the better option. Yeah. Like, to be fair, if you lived in like a shitty fucking hovel in the middle of a hive world and you got your hands on a power to become like some sort of chaos pawn, you're probably a lot fucking happier and a lot goddamn better in your career prospects than if you'd been a hab worker who died of cancer at 30. Like, you know, I get why chaos is so fucking tempting, man. Although it doesn't change. You know what annoys me? The answer to that though is like, man, while yeah, I get like a local shitty hab worker doing it, why the fuck is half the goddamn chaos cult started by the goddamn nobility? Those motherfuckers just have nothing to do up there, and they just go, it's time for me to start praying to Slanesh. And it's like, god damn it again. Stab it. Yeah, they get bored. Fuck it. That's what Well, you know, in the end, I kind of like the I like a lot about 40k in those things, but it's such a mess over there that it's like, yeah, I mean, what else can you do? Just fucking bomb the planet until let people stop thinking about chaos and start remembering that if you start thinking about chaos, we're gonna start burning you in your homes. Anyway, Phoebe, do your good girl things. She's got like she has a cute face. I remember that. Although I know she has like a side main. Like remember, I've only played the main quest. I do not play side quests. I don't go adventure quests. I haven't done her companion quests. I haven't done anyone else's companion quests. I don't touch that shit. Phoebe, as per the main story, has barely been involved. She shows up at the start, says hello, and you never see her again. Hi, Phoebe. Oh no, I mean, I guess she had like a little crisis of faith during the story. Nothing big. But a little bit. Avidus is our mission, so we'll go do that. Hey, Phoebes. Oh my god, we're all working together. How intense. Man, I'm really hoping that 3.0 introduces a new, more fun set of characters. If you look at the real world, Slaneshi corruption in the upper class is quite plausible. I know. Games Workshop really bringing out all the stops with that. You know what, Phoebe? Of all of the girls in Redicidia, your face is the cutest. Like, as much as I'll go off about torpedo tits over there, Canarella, Phoebe's like, she's got such a pinchable face. Just such a fucking cute face. Like anyone gonna lie about that? Y'all gonna fucking fight me on this? No. She's cute as fuck. You can either get worked to death like half the guys at your job last week, or probably die for a god that is betraying you, but will also kill your boss as well. Yeah, pretty much. I can see why you'd go for it. The nobility have no fucking excuse. They're just a bunch of lazy fucks who are like, hey, I can have 8 penises? Damn, Slanesh, that sounds great. Whether Sentinel comes or not, we'll make their will made flesh. We will protect Redicidia. Yeah, great. You're the good guy ones. So they're going to show the good part of the religion. Generally speaking, they oh yeah, they turn into those things. Like generally speaking, I found a lot of the oh. Damn, look at those torpedo tits. Oh, damn. Sorry, we're just gonna take a little break to look at those tits. Because my God. Oh, they're crying. Where's the dead guy? Did they take the body and put it somewhere? Oh, there's Phoebe. Phoebe's cute as well. Long hair, silly hat. I must admit, they don't have a very their religion doesn't have a very like scary vibe. It doesn't inspire me. I don't want to look up this guy. Oh, they're fighting down there. Okay, I gotta go there. Alright, look, they've put in the effort. They've put like a handful of dudes fighting. Oh, is he gonna die? Let's just watch him die. Ha! Oh. Oh, they're back. Okay. I could have helped people, but no. I'm gonna just avoid everyone. Fuck it. I'm not helping y'all. That's scary. Ah, painful. You have knives. You're gonna stab me. I'm just gonna go around it. Like the real hero that I am. Into the marsh! Hello there, NPC man! Who's the only one who can have emotional range and depth because he's fucking not rollable. Everyone else has to be in their one mode all the time of like, I'm just really cool, and I stay within this narrow define. Oh, he's got black shit on him. He's the evil Averdius. He's got the hair. Oh my god. Oh yeah, gotta click. I thought it was a cutscene. Oh no, he's been corrupted. Oh my god. What happened to you, Averdius? This is so sad. Not predictable at all that an NPC character would be the one that suffers. A black frequency took a hold of me and swallowed me whole. Lol, just fucking play some music, bro. I've disrupted the frequency. You're fucked. You guys are shitty at this. What are you talking about? These are Septimons, you fuckhead. Oh, the random guy we only mentioned in this story is now revealed to be exactly like you. Oh my god. Wow, who would have thought? The man that was mentioned once is immediately relevant. Fuck you, game. Leviton used the forcing memories into. No one gets to decide who you are, except for your mum when she says you have to go to soccer practice. God, what a tyrant. And now he's evil. The converging, I still wanted to do something, anything to stop the devastation. Why don't you just kill yourself? Oh, good. But once again, step blindly in the churning river of chaos and feels all his memory woke ahead of me. Because of me. Oh my god, you caused all the problems. You're a bad boy. But I overestimated myself and was corrupted. You know, why can't a rollable character have this kind of story? It just sucks that they always have to have rollable characters just kind of sit in this like pedestal. I would love it if this was Looper right now. Could you imagine having gone through all that adventure with Looper, the highs and lows, and then she suffers and falls and struggles and she ends up in this place and, like, you know, because of problems that developed at the end of the other story about, I don't know, insecurities about, like, who she could be and who she was. That would be very interesting. I know that would take away from all of the people who are going, but I want to be the one to save Looper. Looper loves me. She would never go evil. I'm like, no, the idea is her having struggle and, you know, go through the struggle. People grow and become more interesting characters because of the struggle. And we have to put it all onto poor old Avidius here, because Avidius is a goddamn NPC, and we don't actually give a single flying fuck about him, so therefore the gachas can just do whatever, writers can do whatever they want. Sadly, Kuro games still don't have very good writers, but at the very least, Avidius is the most developed character in the fucking story. Holy shit, I just realized that. Avidius has the most development as a character in the goddamn narrative. Everyone else basically doesn't move that far from where they were. They start off as, hi, I'm happy-go-lucky Looper. They end at, hi, I'm happy-go-lucky Looper. Rover, a chaos god, actually. I mean, Rover is a god, but not a chaos god. I would love to say a chaos god, but Rover doesn't have enough tentacles. The rollables are always safe. That's the problem, though. I would fucking love it if the rollables weren't safe. And there are ways to get around it. For example, having a rollable character be like at stages of their lives. For example, like, oh, this is this stage, and then this stage, and then this stage. Therefore, like, you could actually have them go off and fucking die, or go off and become something different, and we could still have them as a rollable character in the story. Or alternatively, just fucking don't actually care and go all the way with narrative. A good example of that is Girls Front Line 1. Now, 2 I'm still going through, so we'll have to hold off on that. But Girls Front Line 1, while generally speaking, the girls, you know, maintain their story and character, they develop quite drastically. And a lot of those rollable girls are not the fucking same rollable girls at the end. And by that, I mean that their development and who they feel like and what they do and develop into become drastically different characters through the events. While their personalities always may have that core of who they are, they change over events and what they come to learn and what they come to try and want and to achieve. And that's not for everyone. Some characters don't really change that much. Other characters change drastically. But Girls Front Line is notorious for having characters actually fucking die. And suffer greatly. Now, in some cases, death is mostly left to human characters or human NPCs that are developed, and you might say that's like Avidius. But for a lot of the rollable girls, you know, having their memories completely flattened and ripped apart is pretty much the same thing. And some characters straight up do die. Dolls that do die have their memory cores fucked up and completely just die and stuff like that. Girls Frontline goes out of its way to have their characters suffer, if not die, and change as people. The same dolls you met at the start, like, Jesus fucking Christ. You want to compare M4 in fucking, like, literally any of the major quests? Good Lord, M4. That girl goes through some shit. Rollable characters, even fucking characters you wouldn't expect, like the kind of the battle maniac who's kind of a little bit of an airhead, Sop Doggo, Sop Mod 2, Sop Mod 3, sorry, fucking Sop Mod. She develops and she gets changed as well. She becomes more aware, more emotionally mature in some ways, but still maintains her personality and things. Like, they all change. But fucking girls, like games like Kuro Games here with Wuthering Waves, they don't really change. It's all like the same girls and guys. They don't really develop at all. They just get a moment to shine within their confined, the narrow defines of their character, and then they're just back to the cool, happy-go-lucky character. Like, there's no fucking development into someone new. There's no struggle to get back to that person. We don't see, say, for example, Canarella go from confident, suave, sexy femme fatale and then go through a horrible, horrible suffering period. And, like, I don't know, she loses her family. She struggles, and you are with her the whole way as she struggles and becomes someone different. You can fight against her because she's trying to do other things, and eventually you find yourselves, after many quests and many tribulations, sitting back at the same coffee table you met when you first started Canarella's quest, and she's just like looking around both with old but fresh eyes, seeing this world, that person she was being there, but tempered and changed by experience. It's called development. Kuro Games isn't really aware of it. It's just not for them. Not for them. You know, that's for peasant games development and for shitty NPCs like our boy Avidius here. That sounds great. I'm actually getting interested in the game. Honestly, I've said it before and I'll say it again. If you want to fucking play through Girls Frontline 1, probably don't. But just pull up literally, and you can get these on YouTube. I've watched them on YouTube. You can go on there, watch the goddamn thing as a visual novel, and you'll have a great time. Like, sure, you can get some benefits from playing the game as well, like especially early on, but some of those later fucking major quests take fucking hours. And then the actual cutscenes on top of that, even more hours. So yeah, I highly recommend people watch Girls Frontline if they can. It's one of my, it is my favorite gacha, yeah. It's the reason I fell in love with gacha stories. Definitely. Or at least have expectations beyond what you see. If I never played Girls Frontline 1, I'd be comparing this to what? Genshin Impact, Star Rail, Zenless Zone Zero, Limbus Company, or Snowbreak, or any of the other ones I've possibly played a little bit of, or some of. And even in those ones, I'd be like, it's like, this is it's kind of mid. That's what I'd be saying about this, but like, I guess it is what it is. But because I've seen what you can do as a gacha game story, and I know they can do, and I know even other gacha games that are still similar to this have done better, I'm more like, fucking come on, Kuro Games, you can do better than this. I expect better than this, and I want you to do better than this. Yeah, okay, cutscenes sound good. I don't have much time to grind. Yeah, don't fucking bother. Girls Frontline 1 is a previous era gacha game, and by that I mean they don't just hold your hand. Kuro Games, Wuthering Waves, sorry, all of these other kind of games, Star Rail, all those characters and stuff, those mainline games, they hold your hands, meaning you go into the major quests, you're gifted characters. You go into the boss battles, they give you the right characters to make before you go through. Everything's perfectly timed, so essentially you can get through any combat. Any major quest story, they've timed it out. They know exactly what you need to fight the enemy, to hear the voiceover, to get to the next part. They don't even bother with anything else. It's all perfectly designed out like that. But not fucking old era games. Old era gacha games, they're like, what? You want to play the main fucking story quest and you're not like fucking leveled and you don't have a very specifically built team? Fucking die? That's what's gonna happen in Girls Frontline 1. So yes, instead, go watch a goddamn playthrough. Well, at the very least, the cutscene thing, and it just turns the whole thing into a visual novel. Sure, you won't get the benefit of like playing through the game and seeing the maps, because the maps do give a little like idea of what's going on and get a little bit of a vibe and that things, but it's not much that you're missing out on at all. Anyway. Oh my god, Avidius! All my hopes and dreams, all of it was real, so why did it come to this? Because you're not even real, you're made by that other guy. You're made by the spooky man. See, look at this! Look at this, Avidius! What the fuck, man? Avidius has more of a... I know I said that just before, but like, I had a moment where I was like, wow, poor Avidius. It actually hit me in my cold, horrible, weathering waves, hating heart. Where I was like, man, I made fun of Avidius at the start when I first met him. He was just like an NPC in the background I made memes about. He went crazy in the temple. I saw him being like crazy person, going weird and going over here. And you know what? I find myself a little bit more entangled with his emotions and development than I do with literally any of the rollable fucking characters. Because all of the rollable characters are a sacred cow. You can't fucking kill them. You can't do anything to them. But poor Avidius, he gets to go through the fucking ring. He gets to go through the ringer. Poor guy. Man. Yeah. Okay, let me give you a memo. I need to make a memo on that. I want to talk about this in some vague ways in my video. I'm going to talk about fucking how the NPCs get more development. NPCs get more development. Everyone else starts in a position and stays in that position with some very minor oscillating for an adventure and or threat that may come their way, but generally end up in the same fucking spot. There's no one you meet who is like a peasant girl who hates everything and is like hates the world or whatever and will eventually like grow up to become a great villain, and you have a flash forward of this when you meet her when she's in the gutter and you bring her out of the gutter and she becomes a new and different person because of your interactions. We haven't had that character. That would be great. Fuck, man, why am I not on the writing team? You know what, don't even put me on the writing team, put me on the fucking ideas board. I'll just throw out fucking ideas, y'all fucking make the story around it. Even if, like, the connections are something I can mildly complain about, but man, a critical video, that's a new one. Yeah, I must admit, this new video that I'm going to make on Weathering Waves is going to be the first video I'm going to be making on something that isn't entirely or mostly positive. There are shows and stuff, for example, for things that I've talked about where I've got some reservations or fears, or I indicate that something about them might not be ideal for some people. For example, with Girls Front Line, I basically say, yeah, don't fucking play the game, just watch the whole thing on YouTube. Or with Made in Abyss, I say, well, for some people, for newbies to anime, this isn't really for you. Or for people who are like, you know, like a slow series, maybe Girls Last Tour isn't really for you. Like, I say that kind of elements type stuff, and I mentioned some stuff I don't like, for example, Fate Zero, the first episode, or some other elements, like how the difference between Artoria is in the later stuff. Those are minor criticisms I bring up in the shows, but generally speaking, everything I talk about, I'm generally positive about. But yes, Weathering Waves will mark the first time I'm going to make a video where that fucking, that math is flipped, where I'm generally negative about a series or a game. So I'm gonna be generally fucking negative about this. And we'll have to see if people really can like vibe with that. I know that hate does tend to get more views. Like, let's be honest, if I make a big video and say, this is the worst thing ever, I vomited all over it, there's going to be a lot of people who are both really in love with the series or really hate the series who click on to like yell or praise. But just supporting something that they love has less focus on that. Or even though I like talking about things I love, talking about things I hate is a different path. And I think the only reason I've got to this path is because of y'all being like, hey, you made a promise. Go watch fucking Weathering Waves. Is Pavlova a rollable character? Did she get some new stuff, but still got some waifu armor, like pod armor from being a waifu? Pavlova is an example of a trick. She's a waifu. Everything she does is justified. She's just a poor, misunderstood waifu. You also work with her. She clearly loves you. She never does anything actually really that evil. Really? I think that maybe she does. Maybe she did in chapter 1 or something. Fuck, it seems so long. But generally speaking, I see Pavlova as one of those trick waifus. She's a trick villain. She's not a real villain. It's very clear that there's someone in their little fucking group who's manipulating her and being like, oh yes, you can actually do all this, do villainous stuff. Clearly it's going to be the fucking Theoden again in a little boy's body that's like, ah yes, I have controlled everyone, I'm so evil, and we can forgive everything she's ever done because she was manipulated. That's the kind of shit they're going to do. But I will admit, Pavlova is probably the closest anyone's got in this entire series to someone who can develop and become more than what they kind of seem as. Because a lot of the time, all these other girls that we meet, they stay within their fucking lane. Like, we're never gonna see any of these girls outside of their fucking patch half the time. Like, hey, have you seen Lupa? Have you seen Lupa since her story? No. No, you haven't. Have you seen fucking... the goddamn other girl, the other fucking mafia girl. We met her in the main quest once, and then fucking we met her again once, twice, for a minor cameo. Phoebe, we met her twice in very short scenes, once at the start of this area, and then once right at the midpoint where she had like a little like, oh, I better go save some people, and then never met her again. Outside of her companion quests, of course, and whatnot, that I didn't play. But the point being, a lot of these characters can't really develop that far and don't really get involved that much. But Phoebe, I mean, sorry, not Phoebe, but Pavlova, she's one of those on-running characters, alongside Scar and all those other villainous characters who just keep showing up. And I guess fucking literally no one else. Yeah, I mean, I think Pavlova's the only one that really continues on from the earlier parts, because all the other earlier girls you met just get locked in and just leave you. You're never going to see these girls again. As much as they're great and all in their individual moments, truth is, they're done for. No one's going to talk about them anymore. I'm looking forward to it. Imagine the WuWa I hate as big as big that break that make the big detective big. The big break that makes the detective big. Fuck, I would wish I could make myself a big break. But it is what it is. Not many people really succeed on YouTube. Honestly, when people say, I want to be a YouTuber, it's similar to saying I want to be a fucking astronaut. Not a lot of fucking chance. It's a goddamn very difficult position to achieve in. And it's hard to know what you can do to do it. Maybe I could just go into a Walmart and start filming myself just annoying the staff, and that'll be my big break. But I can't bring myself to do certain things. But we're doing what we're doing. Now, Vidius, who's my actual favorite character already of this entire 2.0, just because you had a mild moment of development of like, I wanted to be a good guy. Why I'm just a fake persona made by some fucked up dude who's playing with my life. Why? Yeah, poor guy. That's what he's gonna do. Hey, don't you kill Vidius. The blame lies with me. Perhaps this is the fate I could never outrun. Caligula's fate. It's calling to me. It might be ham-fisted, but he's got someone who's developing. No, Vidius, fight against it. You're the only character with development. Please. At the very least, right at the last second, stab yourself through the heart. Oh, great. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna ruin him even more? Remember, this Mad King stuff introduced in 5 seconds and then used in the next 10 minutes. Weathering waves, riders. You're so fucking trash. I am the one who glimpsed fate. Oh no, he's a villain now. Oh my god, and he's gonna become a big monster. Oh my god. So it's just a big... You know, I would have preferred to fight him in the small version. But now he's just a big dude and I'm gonna have to wail on him. Oh my god, he's Caligula. Poor guy. He's the only person who got to have any sort of development in the entire series. Look at it, guys. Behold, the only one who ever got any development in Weathering Waves. The fucking NPC. But I'm not the kid. Are you talking about me, or you have to go fight the other lady? Oh no. Oh no. Take this. Maybe. Wow. Like, this is one of those. This is one of those big fight parts where you're not actually meant to win, isn't it? I gotta get to like a point. Fuck you. Die. I can see why this is the most, like, dull of major quests. As much as I was saying how Avidius was the most interestingly done character, or at least the only one who got anything rather interesting done for him, generally speaking, it is still an awful fucking quest. Stop being all weird and black goo, man. Why is it always black goo? There's always like, oh god, it's the villainous black glue thing. Oh, give me a moment, damn it, there you go. The dead NPC. No, my NPC friend! All of the cool sawn-off shotguns can't change the fact that the goddamn story is absolute trash. Bonk. Oh, wait, he's gonna come back? Oh my god, they're not all... I mean, well, honestly, I'm okay with him coming back if I could save him, because he's the only character that seems to have any sort of development at all. Maybe we can keep him going, like, and he just keeps going through the story, and every time he shows up, I'm like, damn! It's Avidius again! Has he lost his mind again? Has he decided to open an orphanage? Is he changed into a Turkish barber? You know, he's got the only one who's got the actual chance to do anything in this entire existence. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Oh, fuck. That's fine, it's fine. Ow! Okay. That was painful. Ow! Oh my god. If it was rollable and it turns into contiguous. Yeah, and wait, no, but they don't give him any sort of like interesting outfit or anything. He just looks like the same guy. It'd be great. Look, fight back, Avidius. You're the only character who has any sort of personality in this world. You actually have some sort of like emotional reactions to things. Please, Avidius. I need you to come back, baby. Baby Avidius. Every boss is like, yeah, they're literally all the same. Avidius, you can do it. You're the only character worth talking about in this entire story. Please, Avidius. Oh, come on. Shut the fuck up. Fucking Dark-Tide, fucking Leviathan, goddamn theater piece of shit. Go away. You're annoying. If he's gonna be like manipulated by someone, have him manipulated by the dude who's writing the story. You know, the concertore guy or whatever, whose name I've forgotten. With the dark power, he will consume you in turn. Oh my god. Well, it's not fair. Everyone else gets to use the Dark Tide's power. Why can't he use the Dark Tide's power? Oh, come back to us. God, I hate how annoying the Dark Tide thing is. Hell yeah, Avidius! Avidius is better than you, Kuro Games! Avidius can overcome everything, hell yeah! He's gonna develop, he can be different, he can actually have a story element going for him. He's gonna open an orphanage, he's gonna become a Turkish fucking shop, he's gonna cut hair, he's gonna be a whole new person. Or he's gonna die heroically, in an interesting way at least. He won't be typecast into your perfectly manicured characters designed to make whales spend money. He will be something else. He will be... oh god, I'm here. I'm here. Oh wait, no, that's not us. I thought it was... Alright, little girl's been eaten by the tide. Fair enough. I guess it was a snack. Please don't leave. You are going to be eaten. Who the fuck is this? Oh, is this gonna be? Oh my god, it's her, isn't it? Yeah. I don't care about her though. I care about Avidius. Yeah. I'm gonna be the one, and I'm gonna overcome it. See, it's total. Once again, how can she overcome it? She's just got a really, really strong vibe. Once again, vibe logic. She's the one who controls the Dark Tide. The thing that we talk about corrupting and killing everyone, she controls it. Why? Because she's cool. Who cares? She's not even the interesting character. I'm more interested in Avidius. Look at my boy, my blonde hero here. It disturbs. See, it'd be more interesting. Okay, you want to have a good way to like show off the idea of, okay, there's a power that corrupts people, gets inside them and controls them, you know? And then turns them into an well, good night. I'm gonna not like there's a great narrative. I will miss it. I've had enough WuWa hate for today. True enough. But what I'm gonna say is, she's obviously the other girl who takes over power. Now, here's a better way to do it. So, there's the Halo novel, right? Now, this is gonna be a real fucking weird twist for people. There's the Halo novels. In the Halo novels, specifically the first Halo novel, the one that recounts the first game, there is a guy who gets infected by the Flood, which is the big zombie virus monster parasite. It jumps into him, rips out his heart, and and then takes over his body and turns into the monster that's meant to go and eat people. However, because the thing that woke up was like really fucking weak from being stuck in the freezer for like a whole bunch of time, and there's all some fucked up shits going on with it, it turns into a bit of a situation where he can kind of dominate it in him. He's still like connected to the hive mind, but he keeps his own memories and feelings alive. So he can talk and like use its power in a sense, or he can control it somewhat. It's not really a great example, but the point being that he found a situation where it could kind of work and the story kind of narratively justify it. Is this one just going to be her in particular is just better than the Dark Tide? Personally, I would say something would be like, if I was going to do something like this, it wouldn't be Little Girl's better than the Dark Side. It would be Little Girl was an experiment by some people trying to control the Dark Tide. And the people who tried to control it, they got killed. They got wiped out by the local authorities. Local authorities found them, killed everyone involved, and she was like thrown down a chute. She like, they just, she just got ignored in the chaos and escaped. She was like one of their test subjects. That, or maybe a test subject that escaped some group that thought she was shitty. But either way, and now, in this situation, there she sees the power and she's like, I'm gonna take it on. Fuck you. And she overcomes it and she does what they're actually planning to do. Not perfectly, but she makes this kind of strange exchange where she keeps her mind, but she also keeps the weird dark tide powery stuff. Like, that would be the kind of justification that I would put in for this. But if they're just gonna say she's just like, I'm a little girl who has like lots of will power, I'm gonna call some fucking bullshit. Give me some more. He's just gonna look at her and be like, wow, she over it. Oh. Yep, so she just can overcome fate with power. Oh my god, who would have thought? Who would have thought? I'm so surprised. Shocking twist, everyone. It wasn't a shocking twist. It wasn't. It's like... Well, at least she gave a video something, I guess. I really feel bad for her. She's like, that other girl really got the short end of the stick in terms of narrative development. All the other girls really kind of get a lot of focus, generally, like Looper and stuff. But, oh, we got a cutscene with Avidius. My boy Avidius! I want to be a story that gives people... Oh, he's trying to overcome... Oh my god! He's gonna do it! Oh! Beast? He's gonna kill himself? Do it! That's actually really awesome. But... technically, remember, I should be able to overcome everything. I'm literally a god, I can turn back tower and stuff. Are they gonna go follow through? Let's see. He's dead. Wait, what? No, he's dead though. Oh.
この哀れな人間がまさか最後に運命を超越するとは。しかしなぜ恨みを持ち込むのでしょう。潮流の運命の前では皆等しく役者なのです。
Based? Alright, you know what? The only thing so far, I would have given her the role of Avidius. Basically, all of this would be her role. Yeah, it would be. Unironically. But the problem is they can't actually kill him. I mean, kill her. You know, I know Christopher Foro is supposed to be like a villain, but half the time I'm kind of agreeing with him, because the one fucking interesting part of this story literally was Avidius fighting against his fate right at the end. And instead of being upset, he's like, that was so based. I wrote this story and he overcame it. This is really based. 10 out of 10. Avidius. MVP. But you are correct. If you were writing this story better, Avidius would not be in this part and it would be her and she would have either died or something like that. But they can't do that. They can't fucking kill the gacha girl. If they killed the gacha girl, who's gonna pay for the game? Oh, that's depressing. I really shouldn't play gacha games expecting a good story, but I can't help it.
しかし残念ながらこれもまた脚本通りこの時をもって彼は退場となります。
Well, yes, you made a person though. Avidius was your creation. Yeah, he's probably the best part of the story. It was written by someone else in the story. I once made fun of Avidius, but he is truly. Oh wow. He catch the bullets in his book. That would be really fucking hard to do. Mythbusters. Can we catch a bullet closing a book?
嘘も1000度繰り
A
返
lie
せ
when told
ば
off comes
真
true.
実となる
Weave
でしょう。
memory and history. You can create a man who
過
exists in
去
the minds of others.
経験それらをうまくつなぎ合わせれば他人の認識を作ることも不可能ではありません。
Well, yeah, because you have like some crazy ass fucking superpowers to change reality. I've talked about it before, bro. It's kind of cool the villain aura farming. Yeah, villain aura farming's always cool. You gotta accept some good old aura farming for the villains. As much as I can complain about a lot of elements, in a moment-to-moment series of things, if I had like the memory of like, if my memory went for exactly 15 minutes, I'd probably find a lot more fun in a lot of Weathering Waves, because the actual like scenes and moments and emotional impact scenes really are pretty good. It's just that nothing actually deserves to have that kind of thing. The aura farming, yeah, it's what you expect from a villain. He is a little bit of a endless riddle type villain, which kind of sucks. And his power is undefined, which also kind of sucks as well, but it's because, like, you can just make people and events happen. So where is the limits? Why can't you just like, click your fingers and make me dead? I'm not really sure, and I do prefer to have a bit more clarity on my skills and enemies. It's basically lesser than the parts. Yeah.
しかし彼は依然として真実から程遠い。
I may gave me a form, a mask of flesh and
私は
blood to
殻を
flip
こ
me.
ね、世を歩くに足る肉体を提供した
That's
に
still pretty insane that you have the ability to just make people. Your entire fucking stories and fiction and stuff that are all about the ability to make a person.
最終的に形作ったのは彼自身なのです。
And I also appreciate how weirdly focused he is. Like, yeah, I'm just kind of here to make my stories really cool and interesting. Do I actually have some sort of evil plan? Not really. I just kind of want to make a cool story, which is kind of neat, I guess, even if he does talk in endless riddles. It might be that his powers only work makes for a good story, and just rocks fall and you die is not a good story. That would probably be a good way to probably explain it. Like, he you were just thinking about it though. His power is that he can change reality, but it must fit within a narrative of some form. And the narrative must fit and must flow with proper attention and like emphasis for character and development. Which is funny because Kuro Games doesn't know how to do that at all. The main villain is someone who knows how to write a good story. The main fucking villain knows how to write a good story and is fighting against the writers of Weathering Waves. It's meta as fuck, bro.
嘘で塗り固められた存在が無意味な命に価値をつけたいのならば、自らの存在意義を問いただし、痛みと苦しみを受け入れなくてはなりません。
It does demand pain. Yeah, let's see? Like, legitimately. I mean, they're acting like this guy's evil, but fucking born of lies, grasping for meaning, a world that offers none, pursuit demands else's courage, the meaning of one's existence, it demands pain. That's kind of cool. I need to go now, bye. Alright, see you later, man. That's actually really awesome. That's really cool. Yes. No compassion for your own creation? No. You know, he's not heartless. He's great. 10 out of 10. You need to put them through struggle and suffering. Why is Christopher inhabiting and like becoming the visage of like an actual fucking narrative? And why is Weathering Waves trying to make me argue against him? Because he's correct. He's fucking right. Anyone else gonna sit back and realize that? This motherfucker knows what he's talking about. You need to put people through the ringer. You need people put through danger and struggle and try and have triumph come from those moments. You can't fucking just be like, yes, everyone's happy and you always win and the enemy's some vague amalgamation of everything bad. Like, fuck you.
重要なのは自分の作
His
品の
intentions,
欲
his
望と理
ambitions, his
想
darkness, his
心の闇
weakness,
と弱
to
さを
lay
理
a soul
解
bare
す
is not an act of cruelty.
登場人物を徹底的に解析する行為を
You know what?
警告とは一概に言えないでしょう。
I agree. Yeah, 100%.
人は運命の煮えです。私は彼らに運命を見せ、渇望に火をつけ、自由意志を誘導したに過ぎません。
Humanity is fate's plaything. I simply showed them the strings, lit the fire, and the hunger, and they got eat free will. No, I'm gonna have to probably tell you this now. Humanity is not fate's playstrings. In the last fucking quest, I magically changed reality to bring random girl back from the dead, and the only downside I had was, I don't know, I had to go to the Dizzy World for about 10 to 15 minutes. Like, I can literally do whatever I want. I'm telling you right now, there's a possibility in this fucking story that the rover decides to jump into the book that Christopher is holding to pull Avidius' soul out and give him real existence. I'm not even kidding. It would be so dumb, but the main character could do it because they vibe code this entire fucking narrative. Tragedy breeds transcendence. Man, this guy's after my own heart. Holy shit. I mean, he might be a bit of a fucking... He might be a little bit too over the top, but man's on fucking... He's onto it. He knows what he's talking about. Only then may a soul rise beyond itself and touch the gates of immortality. I mean, okay, that's a little bit high-minded, but the concept of conflict and metamorphosis, tragedy breeds transcendence. I like all of these things. Should I insist on my cruelty? High praise indeed. At the very least, it proves the story has stirred your pity and fervor. That alone earns you the right to read through the final act. See? Yeah. 10 out of 10. Alright, Christopher, I'm growing to understand and like you more, but on an intellectual level, as a character, you're still just a bundle of random fucking riddles. But at the very least, I know that you're, you know, we're on the same wavelength. Now, put the rover through some suffering. I don't know, maybe have 5 of her friends just die in front of her and she can't do anything. That'd be nice. We'd have to do it to 5 because she seemed to not really care when she thought one of them got shot. Go to Septimon to Curtin's drawing. I shall rewrite this written fate with the dark tides mink. Oh my god. Will you suffer in silence beneath fate's poison arrows or rise up? Well, no. I always defy fate. It's my whole thing. My whole thing is literally Rover walks up. Rover sees story that says things will go this way. Rover goes, no, and then changes it. Yeah, he does. He just walked away. He just doesn't give a single flying fuck. He's a villain. But since you're so eager, I'll leave you know one final clue. I'm not fond for overwrought dramatic irony. The dark tide has already tainted civilization, Council. It no longer requires the Theoden's authority to be opened. Just a single drop of the tide's nectar. Okay. So I can open the thing. So tell me, how can existence born of dark tide ever serve as anchor? Oh, God. There's so much bullshit in this series that just kind of talks and talks and talks. Oh, God. I know someone out there who would watch me, like, seeing this would be like, oh, fucking, you idiot, detective, you should understand everything. Why don't you have a corkboard that explains all this? Be forewarned, the dark waters receive the truth beneath the surface. I'm remembering why I don't like you. On top of the fact that I kind of like how your feeling about stories are. Literally everything else you talk about is endless fucking bullshit. Oh no, I'm scared of the rover. Am I? I don't know. Okay, where's the end of this damn... So I have to go back to Septimons to end the damn quest. I hope you understood what he meant. Yeah, pretty much. That must be a real existing person. Well, yeah, because Avidius was too cool to exist here, so he had to die. So sad. Yeah, because he was like a little monster they made. Also, you know what's funny? People wouldn't know what I mean. But what if just this one finger, all of the nails were cut low? That would be so funny. God, why can't they be that funny? Then why didn't the light of the Emperor reveal his true form? He may not have shone as brightly as the sun, but walking beneath the light still close. Oh yes. So he wasn't a lie because he believed it. He believed his own lie. Okay, fair enough. Avidius was the only character to get any sort of interesting development. Everyone else just gets like shit on. And he's more interesting than you, lady. Like, legitimately. Fuck. All his noble wishes were twisted. Nah, I don't want to say the true right of the player. I mean, just say they exceed in changing his fate. Rover's so fucking uninteresting. Even every time she opens her mouth, God, she's hot, but man, is she uninteresting as a character. I don't know how people talk at length about the Rover being great. I think that a lot of gacha characters, or at least gacha main characters, they fall into the trap of mostly just being the husbando or wife for all of the other characters, a blank slate, and all of the comics and jokes just revolve around the idea of, oh my god, Rover, this girl really likes you and she's coming to see you, but another girl is going to see you at the same time. Oh, Rover, you've got a lot of wives. That's literally it. And what does the Rover as a character have? Nothing. Define Rover. Legitimately. Define Rover right fucking now. Think about it. Rover. What has she got? She wants to help people. Yeah. She wants to do the right thing. Yep. 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 She's a hero. Yep. 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 Always doing that hero stuff. She likes eating food. She wants to save the world. Yep. Nice personality there, Rover. Nice personality, Rover. Very... Oh, I just realized. That's why they have mascot characters. That's why the Traveler has a mascot character. That's why the Rover has a mascot character. She doesn't have any other personality other than fucking, I'm determined to save my friends. She's got nothing. There's no flaws or anything interesting to define her. Fuck, she doesn't even have any hobbies. Damn it, Rover. Such a good design wasted on such terrible, terrible writing. Rover is also hurting all of the random people in the world who think that they can just stand there stoically and say, I'm gonna save people, and expect to get hot babes running up to them and say, like, I love you. Sadly, that's not how to go. Oh my god, I can't believe we lost Avidius, the only real main... Wait, where's the big stick? Oh, there it is. There it is, big stick. Pray to this man. He's the only one, Avidius, random NPC character whose fate was always to die, had more interesting development than any else in the game. I'm going to, slam. I'm a child. I'm a fucking child. I don't mean that really. Please don't fucking ban me from Twitch. Oh, I thought you died. Whatever. Let's go with what they're doing. Alright. I ran too fast and I missed out on all the story. Naturally. So, what a loss. Who's this? Hey, Lay. Girl, I'm walking here. Oh, why can't I say I'm walking here like it's Boston? I'm walking here! Get out of the road! Oh my god! She used One-chan. I'm so important. I'm a hero, damn it! Beloved me! I mean, love me. Yeah, I'm kind of like really based. Yeah, I'm just kind of a big deal. I'm kind of a big fucking deal around here. What the hell am I doing? What? What am I about to eat her face? What's this shiny thing? Am I... She's actually one of the monsters. They're all dark tide beasts. They're all about to turn into... Oh, is she... Oh, God. Thought so. Oh my god, you can't save everyone. Are they actually going to try and give Rover's entire thing is literally just hearing that and saying, yeah, I'm going to save everyone. Oh, it's the big sexy version of her, but in a spooky version. I mean, she's pressing her titties into your back. Maybe, Rover, we should listen. Oh my god, it's big titties. Look at her. Look at them. Massive melons. Oh my god, sexy and fucked up version? Would I fuck the sexy, scary version? Oh look, randomly these two are back? Whatever. Oh wow! The guy that they keep using, you know, for all of his NPCness, Fenrico's a fucking loser. This girl, they used her kind of fun in Lupus Quest, but I don't know why she's back now. What is this with everyone's evil? Yes, everyone keeps changing to evil. Oh my god, she can see! She's using her powerful light magic. Oh wow, she's fighting back against Wevertan. Was I being like... Wait, was I being fucking like mind controlled? Doesn't feel like I was being mind controlled. They're just like, it's so vibe coded. Like, yeah, Carthia, who's in the other place, she's been corrupted now, and that'd be cool because we can make her have weird fucking eyes and shit. Wow, how awesome would it be? God damn it, Weathering Waves. What the hell? I don't understand. What was I doing? Why were they gonna punch me? What was I doing? The fuck? I was just gonna leave. What? Was I about to murder a child? Okay, I was about to kill a child. Okay.
申し訳ありません。どうした？レビアタンは心の弱みをつくのが得意よ。あなたたちは Wait, was that supposed to be some sort of manipulation? Yeah, well, okay. Explain to me what happened first, before I complain about it. I'll complain at length once you explain, Torpedo Tits. Torpedo Tits, what was I doing? Was I about to murder a child? That'd be kind of cool. It's like, Rover, why did you pull your sword on that child and kill her father? Okay, so I was in an illusion.
Oh, that's boring. That's boring as fuck. So, oh wow, I got the portal made them all scared and shit. That's boring. Like, come on, if you're gonna control me or manipulate me into like some illusion, what you should have been doing is you should have like manipulated me into thinking the little girl is a monster and I have to kill the monster who's about to attack. And then I pull out a sword and I'm gonna go kill it, and then I'm stopped by other people, and then it would be like, oh, and then it's revealed, what did you try and do just now? You tried to kill a child. That would be like, whoa, fuck you, Leviton. You fucking manipulating my mind to try and kill children. But instead, they were like, oh, this makes everyone think scary thoughts. How pathetic. And how much harder would it be to have a mild scene of the goddamn rover being stopped by someone from stabbing a child because, like, of a mistake. And we could have the rover have, like, some emotional reaction of, like, God, I almost fell for that. I almost killed this fucking child because of the manipulations of this goddamn monster. But instead we have, you gave off a fart cloud of anger and scariness, and everyone got a big angry and scareweed. Fucking hell, Kuro Games. Put in some goddamn effort for once in your goddamn pathetic life. I hate it! Yeah, they were all in the big old gate. Oh, who cares? They're just hanging out. Oh, great. You're still going to talk about that? Now I've got to I've opened gates. What the fuck does that mean? Yep, it was his decoy. Planted the decoy. It's up there for years. The waters will see. The truth comes to light. Oh God, please. Stop talking like a fucking riddle. Nothing makes sense in this goddamn game when you really get down to it. They just throw words at you and say, oh, they opened the portal to the magic dimension. He's manipulated the frequency to change up the paradise to link their minds into the ultimate brainwash. It's like, shut the fuck up. Nothing is set up. It's all just thrown at you. And they're just like, remember when we mentioned this? I guess it can also, it's here. There you go. It's like fucking some bullshit, I swear. Oh my God, what a big twist. I'm the big villain. This feels so fucking stupid and out of nowhere. At the very least, okay, all right. I'm the big monster. Let's go with that. So I'm the new harbinger of evil. Point 2. Are you going to do anything interesting about it? Am I going to now be hunted and killed by you? Am I going to have a whole thing where I'm going to have to try and solve this problem while avoiding being killed myself? Is there going to be, I don't know, some sort of problems? Am I going to be struggling with my own internals? Will my own fears and internal thoughts be brought forth? Which won't happen, because the rover doesn't have any fears or internal thoughts beyond, I just want to do the right thing. I'm just going to do the right thing. So let's see what they do. Shocking truth! They didn't react. Wait, I finished the quest? Wait, really? That was the whole main quest? Fuck, okay. Alright. Oh wow, they just found it. Oh, okay. So she went in to find an antidote. Yeah. Oh wow, I'm not that far away from that one, which probably opens up the next mage chapter. Great. Alright, let's go find Cantarella. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh hey, this lady. Ah, damn it! I didn't want to talk to you. Immediately they just were like, we're gonna cure you with our magic potion. I'm literally a god though. This is all like a dream. It's not gonna work. I mean, maybe it's not a dream at this point, but
問題が分かれば対処法も考えられる。あなたの体に宿る採取の力が
of course they carry the Sentinel's power with him. I'm literally a fucking... I made the Sentinels! You know what? Okay, I will say this. The idea of the rover getting corrupted by the big monster could be interesting. Because imagine... And this is something I always thought for Star Rail, that the fact that they didn't do it was really dumb. I always thought in Star Rail, the fucking super cancer, the Stellarion inside you should be whispering into your brain, and even if it's not saying words, you should be being tempted by using its power. You should have like a moments where you're losing against someone, and instead of like turning to your own strength or something, there should be like this temptation where you're just like, but I could use the Stellarion, that kind of shit. Whereas maybe if they had the voices in Rover's head, or like something not, or some sort of temptation thing like that, it'd be interesting. Here's the big fucking problem, though. Here's the big problem. They have made the worst fucking, like, visualization and characterization of the Darktide Leviathan Theoden monster possible. It is just an uninteresting, boring motherfucker who just goes around saying, like, really cliched things and then going, "Nani?" and then just getting shot. It is a highly uninteresting, highly is the wrong word, extremely unintelligent enemy. It doesn't do anything that ever really, I feel like, is a villainous thing. I don't look at the actions of the Theoden and go, "Oh my god, it's so dangerous." I always just go, it is what it is. And it never strikes me as someone who could actually manipulate someone, ever. All of its manipulations are like, you know, basic bitch shit, where it's barely even a character. So if there was an actual development of a character or a fear behind this creature, for example, I've said in the past, what if the Theoden never spoke to people and all of the temptations were shown through visualization of what they do? And it's like an unknown eldritch abomination thing. And the first time we hear it speak is in the rover's voice. And instead of showing like the creature, like just having a, you know, ethereal voice in your head, there's another rover who's always standing there with you, talking and discussing the moments. Like, we're going through some scene, it freezes, and out of your shadow steps another rover who's like an off-color version. And this rover has your voice, but talks with like a different emotion. And instead of being just like, "Join me and get my power," it looks at situations and kind of gives you kind of like some snarky advice and stuff. And then it's like, you say stuff like, "Aren't you going to try and tempt me into the Darktide's power?" And it's like, "What, you want that? I didn't really expect you to be so quick. I mean, I'm not going to turn you down. Is that what you want?" And then like goes, "Yeah, you're not ready for that discussion." Like something like that, like a dark passenger character. Oh, fuck, that would be good. But they won't do that. At most, it'll be like, "You want power. You are so weak. You can never take anyone. Everyone will die. Woo." And that'll be the end of it. It's going to be fucking shit. It hasn't been said that he made them. He's more like their... No. Rover fucking made them. That fucking thing, I'm pretty sure that the rover was called Creator by others. I'm pretty fucking... Okay, my memory's shit, honestly. Weathering Waves fucking hits me in the balls a lot of times. But I'm fairly certain one of the Sentinels that he met, I think it was the first one, called Rover the Creator or Origin or something like that. Like, I'm pretty fucking certain, and especially because the way that the Sentinels kind of act in an almost machine-like manner, like loading up this, enacting blueprints, you know, that all kind of robotic shit, especially considering the Black Shore was made by Rover as well. Because Rover made the Black Shore as well, including the machine that was doing all the stuff in there that Rover talked to and said, Rover said, "You need more heart to the machine," or whatever the fuck was going on in the Black Shore arc. That was so fucking bad. But the point being is, 100% previous Rover, in my opinion at the very least, maybe there's some other thing, made, or at the very least, formed the majority part of these characters as a god. Like, created these godlike beings. And like clearly exists on a level that is clearly godlike, even if they can't you know, snap their fingers. Maybe they could have snapped their fingers back in the day, but it's very clear that the Rover is in a divine level. The Rover is a divine being of some form. If not a demigod, they are on the same level as a god. Because, one, they made those other super beast monsters and has their authority and can control them, and this is their beloved one, like fucking the Shorekeeper says and all that. And on top of that, literal fate. Fate in this world cannot affect them. If you told me this whole story was Rover being an actual god, but having to pay the price to go down to Earth and like interact without like, you know, fate, like controlling them clearly was to remove their memories, I'd be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Sure. They just gave up all their divine like knowledge and power and like awareness and power on that level of power to come down to Earth with no fate bearing, so they can now go about and fix everyone's problems without fate fucking with them. Like, that's the kind of level of thing I'm thinking that it's going around. Because the Rover is, and if anyone tries to argue the Rover's not, I cannot accept it. The Rover is a god. The Rover is a fucking god, or at the very least, a demi-human provincial god. Like, some shit's going on with that. Like, more than a boss. You can't be boss of a god. If a god is the city that can see the future and literally knows exactly what's going to happen in the future, and there's another god over here with the power of unity and separation on a conceptual level, and both of them are saying to you, boss, you're so awesome, I'm pretty fucking sure if they're called gods, you're a god too. But like of a higher step.
レビアタンに関する情報はガルブレーナから聞いたわ。
The fellows have resisted Theoden for a century. Whispers are unfeasible. We will defeat it. Alright. I drink the thing, and now I'm... Are they just gonna, like, say you drink it, now it's over? They wouldn't do that, would they? I still find this hard to accept. I'm a god, damn it. It doesn't even... I guess the Leviathan kind of, like, doesn't realize that I'm literally, like, the creator. I would have probably assumed I was the creator at this point. I mean, I know that it has, like, most or many of the memories of, like, the big old horsey god. So why doesn't it kind of go, I mean, this Rover chick showed up. She has authority to get into anything. Her authority allows her to get into all the things that I couldn't get into. She has all these weird connections. She has really strange overbearing power. She seems to have knowledge and like fate doesn't affect her. It just like rolls off her back like water off a duck. I'd probably make an executive decision that I'd be like, oh, you're something special. And I think that's another part of the Theoden that I don't really like. The Theoden doesn't really strike me as an intelligent creature. It feels more like a plot device. Like, it acts out things in a certain way, but it doesn't really make intelligent, creative choices against something. Like, it'll just be like, I'm doing villainous things, and then, like, something will show up and it'll just be like, oh, I've been defeated. It doesn't really think ahead or even consider what those things mean. Some of the other characters seem to be doing that, but the Leviathan and, by extension, the Theoden and all that other bullshit, it just doesn't.
お前とアビディウスの行動軌跡は重なり、黒潮の造物は大公社の認識と経歴に基づいて形成された。
Neither the Thundering Menace nor the Fading Bird or native Rosenia, so once said the Harbinger will be corrupted by the Dark Tide. But I'm not, yeah, I'm not corrupted. I'm like, look at me. I'm really great. I don't have any tentacles. I haven't turned into a S&M cosplayer. Like, I don't know. I suspect the corruption knight. Oh my god, it's not... Oh! It's the little fucking mascot bastard. Huh, that makes sense. I mean, like, in a I'm a god, I don't know why I'd be corrupted. Evil little teddy bear?
確か前に狩猟台地で何か食べたような変な味だったし
Alright, so we have to kill Abby, finally! Finally, we can kill the mascot! Alright, knife's out, stab him in the back.
アブから黒潮の周波数を感じるわ。
Can we just like stab him? He's right there. We've got victory is right before us.
そいつの体内は吸収された周波数が多すぎる。おそらく他の周波数に紛れ込んでいたからわからなかったのだろう。
Oh my god, it's so
お
evil.
前たちはエナジーと命を共有している。だから依存関係の主体であるお前の周波数がそいつの周波数より強い存在感を持っていた。見事な手口だな、レビアタンめ。
Oh my god, Leviathan is so clever. I just said it was like really dumb and didn't seem to make any choices, but I guess I have to take it back. You've made some sort of clever decision. Be like, I can't fuck with the god character, so I'll fuck with the little fucking tiny body monster.
我何か悪いことしちゃったのか？
Yeah, you did. Can you die now? No, sorry. It's no, I'm gonna say it's not your fault because that's the closest to saying it's your fault.
あの時は緊急事態だったし、黒潮を吸収させたのは私。
Oh yeah, back on Septimont when you ate
アブは
all
何も
of
間違
that stuff.
ってないよ。
God, those fucking eyes are creepy.
そうか。我は腹が減っても我慢すればいい。だが、お前だけは絶対無事でいてくれよ。
Can I just stab you instead? That would save all of us. Why doesn't Abby get some depression?
レビアタンが全ての元気
I
を
guess it is just a fucking
感知させるには
mascot character.
奴を倒して神の国を潰すしかない。
Oh my god, we gotta go kill
私の知る
Paradise.
限り、神の国を降臨させる方法は、黒潮でリナシータ全体を覆い、パレードパラダイスに転化させること。
Manifest its kingdom by flooding around the city with a dark tide. Okay, yeah.
ラグーナとセブンヒルズ領内にある
We've
黒
already
潮
secured
の
Rain
港を
Near
立ち、
Septimont, the
臨
factory,
海実験場と
and hunting
狩
grounds
猟
are
大
both
地の
stabilized. So
黒
why
潮
is
を
Paradise
抑制
still
したの
there?
に、なぜパレードパラダイスは健在なの？
I don't know. It's probably just like some dude's island, like with a fishing boat on it that you
お
still
前
didn't
た
fuck
ちの
with.
おかげでパレードパラダイスを降臨させるためのいくつかの方法は大きく妨害できた。おそらく
Oh my god, its
使えな
final
かった方法
plan.
もあるだろう。
All of its other plans
だ
have
からレビ
failed.
アタンは
God,
最後の
Leviathan, you're
計
so
画を強
clever.
行せざるを得なくなった。
God. This is the kind of shit that they'll point to when I, in my video, say that Leviathan is a fucking stupid boss that has, like, the brain of, like, a pea because it has to fucking function off the goddamn brain of the Kura Games writers. They'll point to this and say, Leviathan had a final plan, so when it fucked up at the start and got bound by Carthia, that was actually part of its ultimate super plan, and you're just stupid. It's like, no. The writers are just stupid and they just need to keep making this damn fucking villain be evil. No, they need to keep using the villain. But every fucking quest they use the villain in, they're like, the villain is lost, yay! And they're like, but we need to bring him back because we need another villain. Villain's back! Oh my god, they had a second secret power! Oh my god, it just keeps happening. That's literally it. Because the villain is always the fucking same manifestation of Darktide, fucking Theoden, Leviathan. They're all the same fucking thing. Someone out there is probably going to try and argue that they're all different, but they're all the same fucking thing. At the very least, when it's those, like, crazy people, at the very least they're like humans, like Christopher and stuff. That's probably the only interesting element that comes up, because I'm like, yay, it's a human. I can put a face to it that's not just evil just chanting in the brain that is just like so fucking uninspired.
この神は想像以上に狡猾だ。お前が見たパラダイスは現世ではなく黒潮の真ん中に存在している。
Well, is that supposed to be a big reveal? The paradise is always not of this world. It stands within the dark side. Well, yeah, sure.
ピサリアの当主、お前のファミリーは100年間秘密を守ってきたが、その情報が今は必要だ。
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention to what you were saying. I was staring at her boobs.
名式のささやきが消えたことで、古い記録に書かれたいびつな文字が正しく見えるように。
Jesus Christ, that jiggle. Once again, Twisted Upon Reagan finally
レ
made
ビア
sense.
タンは人々のつなぎへの渇望によって心の闇として誕生し、海への恐怖によって魚の姿に変化したのよ。
Yep, yep, it's big fish. Yep, it came from that. Yep, and then dark tide, blah, blah, blah. You've been fighting the same fish for like 6 or 7 patches. I know! This stupid goddamn fish! It's such a dull, uninspired fish! I'm hoping that that's why I'm hoping 3.0 brings in some new, like, variations and villains and stuff. The stupid fucking evil fish that wants to destroy civilization or whatever is just so goddamn boring.
先祖たちの推測によると、レビアタンは時間をかけて負の感情を吸収し、リナシータ人の集合的無意識を徐々に蝕んでいくそう。
Oh, okay, alright, I got it. I know how we can defeat the big fish. Kill everyone in Renacedia. It's in their collective consciousness, so if they all die, you know, victory. Victory will be
彼ら
there.
の見解だと、黒潮の本質はリナシータ人の負の感情が集積した無意識の海。それでレビアタンは深海の主の名を持つようになった。
Oh my god, it's so
確かに黒
dangerous.
潮の幻の中で無数の呼び声が聞こえたね。あ
Sorrow,
の扉
fear,
を起動
pouring
す
out
る
of
前
you.
も
Oh
人
my
々から
god.
恐怖、悲しみといった
You
強
know,
烈な感情を
considering
感
that
じた。
that's all the things that focuses on, perhaps like the actual answer literally is to make everyone like a unified mind. Because if they all just felt happy thoughts, then the fucking big monster would just die. Now, I'm not saying that Renacedia should become a colony of ants, but I mean, why not? I mean, it'd be a funny alternate. It'd be if there was a guy who's like, I can defeat the Leviathan. We're just gonna have to put all of our brains into a big old blender. That'd be kind of fun.
衝撃が強いほど激しい感情を呼び覚まし、人の無意識の記憶に埋め込む。
Oh God, why am I tired?
だからこそあの劇作家はリナシータで立て続けに劇的
That's
な
why I
衝
kept
突を
falling
引き
into
起こし、
conflict. Every tragedy, every
人
struggle
々
wasn't
に矛
random.
盾
It's
と
all...
葛藤を与えていた。
Hey, you shut the fuck up right now. I see what you're doing here, rioters. Guys, all of those failed plans weren't actually failed plans. They were all, it was all on purpose. Don't worry. It was all just clever planning. Fuck you. Fuck you. God, get out of here with your lies. No, yes, it was all planned from the start. Keikaku Dori. Shut the fuck up. I hate stories like this. I hate it when they yes, all of our bad stories and our losses was actually my plan. That's the same thing they did for fucking, you know, they did this for 40k. In 40k, there's like the Black Crusades where every couple of like decades or hundreds of years and centuries, the Chaos Marines would be like, I'm gonna leave. And they'd like leave the Eye of Terror on a big old crusade to try and defeat the Imperium. And they lost horribly every single time except for the last one. And but like after they lost, the last one led to like a destruction and, you know, destroying Cadia. Everyone knows about that. But the point is, Games Workshop had the audacity to be like, all the other Black Crusades weren't failures. They were all a big part of a big plan. It was a big plan, guys. And I'm like, fuck you. Fuck you. No, it wasn't. You made shitty stories about him running in there, and everyone made fun of them. And then right at the end, you were like, no, we meant to act stupid. He was doing it on purpose. He was being retarded on purpose. Yeah. Fuck you. He had brain damage for realsies. And it was a lot. Okay, no. But yeah, I fucking don't like those things.
破滅を迎えるとき、
At the very least, try and fucking, like, I know,
美しい天国に希望を
foreshadow that. Though that said,
セブンヒルズでは古来より
Weathering Waves has so much, like, throw at the wall dialogue, like, diarrhea, that they might have actually referenced this, and I just didn't notice because it's just in the millionth, in between the millionth riddle discussion about fucking nothing, they, you know, reveal the truth. And I just didn't notice. End times drawing near, there are certainly cling hopes of a blissful afterlife. Septimons have long believed in another world that begins
お
after
そらく
death.
レビアタンは人の無意識を抽出して願いに順応する形で黒潮の中に
Oh wow, alright.
偽りの未来と来世
Yeah, you're so smart, Galbrena. Thanks for just conveniently telling me that that's the story. To be honest, I would never have picked this up anyway, so I guess, yeah, sure, fine. The Leviathan's using subconscious belief in the afterlife to create a super afterlife,
つまり
sure.
人々の破滅の情念がピークに達し、意識が無限にレビアタンの描く未来図と同化してしまったら、ジルベルトや
Yeah, just like the
完
butler.
全に侵食されてしまっ
The
た
one you murdered.
ファミリーたち。
Bitch! No, I'm kidding. That was kind of cool, but you could have done it in a more cool way.
奴が持つ融合の権能はそれによってさらに
God,
強化す
look,
る
that hip hop that they
想
have in
像
the
と現
walking is
実を
crazy.
曖昧なものにす
Good
る
lord, it's hot.
かつてのようにパレードパラダイスは直接現実に降りかかるだろ
Oh
う
my god, sure, paradise will descend upon the world. Great, great.
その時
When it does, every soul in Red City will be unified under its control. No thoughts, no will, just blind devotion, no different than the Tidespawn.
ただの盲信者
You know,
あの黒潮
what
の
if
動
that
物
is
と同じ
better?
存在になる
I'm kidding. I think it's just too evil. I would probably have made like an actual reason. You know what? This is what I would have done. Standing back. I know. I'm doing it again. I'm rewriting the entire series once again. This is what I would have done. I would have written it so Septimont and Redicidia were constantly at war. I mean like a brutal, like crazy war. I'm talking like there's like an island in between them that they both are vying for, that they're fighting brutally. I mean like harshly. The Septimonth use their like powerful like, you know, warrior culture. The Renicidians have their own like, you know, taking on like the forms of the echoes and shit like that. So it's really a big old fight and it's brutal. I mean really harsh. Both sides fucking hate each other. And a secret cult that is among both sides starts to lean towards the Leviathan because they see the war. They're like orphans of the war. They're former veterans. They're people who have watched like you know, peace attempts at peace get shattered by politicians on both sides. Where, you know, an attempt at peace, an attempt at a decision is coming around. Someone comes in, like a powerful person on the other side, cuts down any attempts. They manipulate and undermine opinion in both sides because the war has to keep going because people are making money, like, and also people are like vengeful and hatred. And these people, they have a cult position where they're like, maybe it would be the only way would be to wipe the slate clean and have something just control us all. Perhaps they don't see it like that, but they could see it from the perspective of like, maybe if we let the fucking Leviathan like manipulate and meld all of our memories together and thoughts together, we'll come to understand one another and we can maybe live in some level of harmony without every fucking generation of children being thrown into the fucking grinder. That's what I would have written. For like if I wanted a position of like, hey, maybe this villainous monster has some sort of like value in this world or value that it could be discussed with. But instead it's just a big old evil black thing that goes, rah. So how do we fight big old blah? Tell me. Come on. How do we fight it? Are you gonna stab me in the heart? Stab the little thing?
奴は祭司の姿を捨てカルテジアの姿を模倣していた
Of course.
カルテジアの計画の第一歩は達
Oh
成
my
した
fucking god, of course it's according to Keikaku, guys. You just saw the illusion. It cast aside the Sentinel's form and took on Carthia's. That means the first step in Carthia's plan is complete. I fucking hate this. It's always plans. It's just like vibe coded. This is now our plan, guys.
レ
It's
ビア
so
タンの眼差しは
fucking
まだこ
boring.
ちらに向いている
Leviathan is still watching the real world because of the mark of the dark child. Can read your thoughts. So for now, we can't share the full. Oh, all right. So
計
now,
画は教えら
so
れない
now they're explaining why no one told me anything. Was this why you gave like? But you didn't know it until recently. So I guess that's not why you decided to break through the glass. Because technically, at that point, you didn't know I had like my brain fucking affected by this thing. So apparently, y'all have to do the story, and I just have to like go along as a puppet because it can read my brain. Sure,
そう
alright.
しているはずだお前とリナシータのつながりは私いやお前自身が思っていたよりも はるかに深い。
Well, of course it runs deep. I literally made this whole city, sort of, kind of. I mean, I made the god that made the city, and I discussed with the god the idea of the city. I'm pretty sure having made the god, having discussed the idea of the place, and then being directly connected to that god, and being its dad and or mum, I'm pretty fucking sure I'm pretty connected to the damn city. I probably came and lived here for a few generations when I was like, you know, still alive, back in the god form. I probably just looked like some random peasant. I probably just hanged out here and was like, oh, hello everyone. I live here now. And just nobody remembers me. I didn't even remember myself. I'm probably more of a Renaissance than any of the fucking you people. What have you just lived here for one lifetime? Fucking pish posh. I've lived here for several.
今のお前は絶望の代行者であるだけでなく、リナシータの希望の象徴でもある。
Oh god. Every time it gives these cliche lines. You're not just the harbinger of despair. You've become the vessel, the Renaissita's hope. Did they shoot the writer that wrote this yet? Like, is he dead? Because, I can help. I can help. Go now, gather every flicker of hope. This is a hunt, but it's also more than that. It's a war of spirit, of light against shadow, hope against despair. Oh my god, I fucking hope that 2.0 can end soon. Is this the end of 2.0 yet? I want 3.0 already. A new path won't reveal itself unless you're ready to walk. Shut the fuck up, Gabriel. You know, I'm getting the feeling like I want to skip this quest. Now the dark tide is under Raguna's control. In Raguna is under control. The next, I figured out the plan to do next. Before the paradise bell, I'll buy you time. When you're ready, head. Just like Playwright said, when the moment comes, everything, fiction and reality, past and future will converge. She has cool wings. Yeah. In other words, everything will mix together and the authors will be like, wouldn't it be really cool if you were like falling down a hole and it's really dark and then you go, but I need to save my friends, and you go, no, and then like magical like lines come off your body and your eyes shine red and you're like, raw, and you reach out and you defeat the enemy. That's literally what's gonna happen, isn't it? 2.8 is more of its own thing. Oh, thank God. I hope so. If 2.8 gets away from this fucking hellscape, I'll be satisfied. Alright, I don't want to talk to you. Fuck you, Canarella. You might have big tits, but I'm already annoyed with this entire quest. I'm just gonna go to the sky. my people need me, I'm leaving. My people need me! I'm probably gonna go to this thing. Hey, wait, it actually moves? I didn't even notice that. Or is that just the loading screen? I've just never paid attention. Computers being like, fuck man, stop trying to make me do all this shit, damn it. I'm not set up for this. I'm like, yeah, I guess. Why is the music gone? Wait, seriously, what's going on? Is it meant to be Luno's there? And who are these random dudes just like vomiting and running away? I guess Luno and that. Oh, the music started again. I'm like halfway into 2.7. Yeah, I figured it was this was halfway. So look. Oh my god, I guess everyone's dying and shit and war's beginning. Look, boob armor. Hey, what's up, Luno? Why does anyone care what you think, though? Like, legitimately, why are you here? Nobody trusts you. Why would they trust you? They don't have memory of you. Luno? Okay, how are they going to treat this? Are they even going to reference the fact that no one knows who Luno is? If they say Lady Luno, I'm going to be really fucking confused. Why does anyone trust you? It's been like a week. Lady, you deleted everyone's memories of you. Okay, well, at least reference why this is happening.
あらあら、空白のものじゃない。こんな時に戻ってきてくれるなんてね。てっきり私たちのことなんか忘れちゃったのかと思ったわ。
Luno, is it really time for giving me bedroom eyes? Yeah, I'll say this. I kind of like the bedroom eyes.
ラグーナの方から来たみたいね。
Sorry, I was looking at tits. Yeah, I did.
え
I came from
え、
Raguna.
セブンヒルズで何が起きたの？
Something bad's
避難
happening.
指示を出してるよう
You're
だけど。
doing evacuations.
現れるはずのない高潮が。
High tide. Yeah.
いや、この状況は高潮の一言では表せない。
Okay, big high
黒潮
tide.
が何の前触れもなく起こったの。造物が不規則に生まれてきて、セブンヒルズ場外でさえ黒潮の造物の
Oh my
痕跡を見
god,
つけたく
big
らい。
black goo monsters. No.
うが
No.
ちのくさびが地底の黒潮を抑えてくれてるはずなのに、こんな状況になるなんてありえない。とにかくオーガスタは部隊を率いてサングイス狩猟台地へ向かったわ。
Isn't this hilarious that she's just acting like the same fucking character? Isn't it just ridiculous that Luno is just the whole thing of like, no one remembers you. That's fine, you're in charge again and people are listening to you. Just always. Oh, thanks for the subscription. Oh, you were 2 months in here? Thank you, man. This is the value I get. You're paying me to play this horrifying game to like get up to date, and I find out whether or not I'm going to, love it or not. Oh man, I'm gonna need some help actually when I make the actual video on Wuthering Waves. I've thought about, because I don't want to get the lore too wrong. And as noted, I often get lost in its ridiculous riddle-like words. I'm like, am I getting stuff wrong? Am I misunderstanding things? Like, I guess I can investigate just by Googling that, but there's got to be some other people that can tell me whether I'm getting these things wrong.
それでここに私は残って避難誘導を引き受けたのよ。
Yeah, because you're entrusted. Are you gonna, okay, is the game gonna bring up that no one knows who she was
これ
before?
はセブンヒルズだけの災難じゃない。
I haven't done it yet.
ラグーナの方でも似たような騒ぎが起きてる。
I'm gonna give you a brief. By the way, Raguna was apparently attacked and destroyed. By the way, if I go back to the city, it's probably totally fine and there's nothing different.
ラグーナまで。アビディウスのやつ、最後まで負けを認めなかったのね。運命は常に逆らう者から何かを奪わないと気が済まないんだわ。
Luno, I don't know why you're upset, because, like, literally me and you together murdered a bunch of people. Oh my god, are they actually gonna... Are they actually gonna reference the idea that, that Luno doesn't have remember? Let's see. Are they gonna treat it like a serious thing? This is the big moment for Wuthering Waves. They didn't treat it seriously at all last time.
今の私はテトラゴン神殿に協力して避難を誘導してるただの熱心な通りすがりの人よ。神殿の掟を守らなくても済むようになったから正直だいぶ楽ね。
Okay.
でも
So basically, she's just like... She's not being... She's just like being a bossy bitch then that nobody really trusts. But is, I guess she's there to help. Fair enough.
黒潮によってセブンヒルズは飲み込まれる。これが最後の予言。予言が見えなくなり、黒潮の異変が発生したことで、多くのセブンヒルズ人は考えてるはず。間違いなく終末が近いってね。
Oh my god. A blank future could mean a new beginning. Whatever. Seems like the most, like, fucking generic, heroic thing to say.
その通りよ。みんなにも
If only more
あ
people
なた
shared your
の
hope.
ような覚悟があればよかったのに。
Don't worry, I'm like a god and I'm kind of aware of all these things. Oh my god, look at how her tits move. Jesus fucking Christ. Sorry, I was distracted again.
けど、
But
災難を
in the
前に
face
し
of
て
something this vast and
恐怖
unknown,
や不安の気
fear
持
is
ちを抱
only
いても
human. We can't
責
blame
めら
them
れ
for
ないわ。
trembling. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Big scary thing in the sky, bunch of monsters appearing. Who wouldn't think it's the end of the world? Oh yeah, the big fucking griffin monster. Hello, griffin monster.
アキュラ、何か分かった？
Wait, is this the other griffin monster or like a different griffin monster? Whatever.
黒潮がモンテトライヒーローの近くに。
Oh my god, Three Heroes Crest. Well, I don't know what that is, but how bad is it? How would you know it's a bird? Oh wait, she can speak bird
モ
apparently.
ンテトライヒーローはサングイス狩猟台地の一番高い場所よ。位置的にも黒潮雲の範囲外にあるはず。今まで黒潮が現れたことなんて一度もなかったの。
Oh my god, it appeared up there,
昔
so dangerous.
3人の英雄王が訪れたことでモンテトライヒーローと呼ばれるようになったのよ。
Okay, but now
英
they
雄王
cut.
たちの守護があるからこそ数少ない汚れなき場所になったと多くのセブンヒルズ人が信じてるわ。
Okay, so basically like the one place where usually big monsters don't appear, big monsters appeared. Fair enough.
あの場所にも黒潮が現れたとなると私たちも行った方がいいわね。
Alright, let's go.
でもそうするとセブンヒルズ城は
Ah, who cares about him? Give him. What are you doing? You're
セブンヒル
literally.
ズ城は心配無用。元老院が責任を持って民の避難に尽力しよう。どうか我らが総督の手助けをしていただきたい。
Oh my god, the senators. The guys who are all
二
corrupt
人
and
には
stuff.
力こそ及ばないが、災難を共に乗り越えたい気持ちは一緒だ。どうか信じてほしい。
This is their secret plan to get power.
我々もセブンヒルズ人として抗う心を忘れず歴代の英霊の栄光を浴び育ってきたのだ。肝心な時に何もせず滅びを待っているつもりなどないぞ。
I still think it would have been really cool if they were constantly at war with the other city, like a bloody fucking hell war, where you could actually go find an island. Ooh, there's an instance on the island where you can go to the island and it's currently just covered in like fire and like destruction and stuff and like I don't know roaming undead type monsters or whatnot. But you can go to an instance of the island where there's an actual war going on and it's like filled with the people fighting each other. Oh, that'd be so
頼
cool.
めるだろうか、二人とも。
Honored one. Why would I say Ferenicidia? That's the city I came from. I'll say I won't shame the title of hero. Yeah, fuck yeah. Why would I like mention the other city? That's stupid as fuck.
認めたくはないけど現任の元老たちは意外と頼もしいわ。それもそうね。身を捧げることすらできない腰抜けだったらオーガスタと仕事ができるはずないもの。
If you guys are standing there, some random temple wench is saying this. You're like nobles. Shouldn't you have a little bit of anger? They don't even know who you are.
さあ、漂白者、一緒にオーガスタのところへ行きましょう。
Who is this extreme? I mean, to be honest, my first response would, who is this extremely hot temple woman? I've never seen her before. Like, Jesus, all the others are like kind of plain, but this girl, god damn. Like, I would have remembered her. Alright, let's go find Augusta and see her fighting a big monster with a big sword. She's gonna be sticking her sword in the big monster's face. I stand by that they didn't show any true... Oh wait, no! We're gonna see Augusta. Maybe they'll show some real consequences and emotional reaction to those consequences of like her losing out on the people's memories. And changing reality and shit.
至るところに黒潮の痕跡が。
Okay, dark tide.
黒潮の造物は思いがけない場所に現れるし、ずっと減らないから、戦士たちは疲労困憊よ。
Okay, yeah. We can't really get them.
セブンヒルズの公共音階は、期限
Even
信
though
号
the
灯
common
に頼
echoes
ら
here
ないとは
don't depend
い
on
え、
the Genesis
黒
Nexus,
潮
they're
の
still
侵
breaking
食の
down
影響で
due...
トラブルが生じてるけど、
Okay.
安心して。セブンヒルズの戦士たちは。
See, this is why you shouldn't rely on bullshit magic. If I was gonna make... Oh, the music suddenly started up again. If I was gonna rely on taking down, you know, weird monsters, I would go back to the good old days. I'd pull out my fucking shotgun, I'd have a tank, and I'd be like, just shoot it with enough shells until it dies. It works for the Imperium, it'll work for me. In fact, I'm really upset that they haven't. That's one of my biggest dumb pet peeves for fucking Weathering Waves. There's fucking tanks in this universe and they refuse to use them.
モンテトラヒーローはすぐそこよ。どうやらさっき戦いがあったみたいね。急ぐわよ。オーガスタと一緒に神王を倒したあなたの姿を見たら、戦士たちの士気はきっと上がるはずだわ。
I mean, they'll be also in super hyped by the fact that you're here, blue hair. I mean, look how big your tits are. What? Oh my god, it's Loop is back. Hell yeah, the hot girl. Oh my god, Looper, my beloved, let's make out. I wanted to touch more than just fists. What? My fellow warrior.
肩を並べて戦ったのがまるで昨日のことみてえだ。再会してみれば英雄王の称号まで手に入れてる。
Yeah, I became the hero of heroes. Yeah, Gilgamesh, eat your heart out.
よく来てくれた。感謝する、漂白者。
Who is this blue-haired girl?
紹介するよ。この人は。
Don't. Okay, here's the big moment. Let's see.
言うのだな。知っている。
No, that's not. No. She just met her.
あなたがセブンヒルズを留守にしてた間、いろいろあったからね。
Of course.
ユーノとは共通している点が多いからか、懐かしさを感じるのだ。
Oh, come on.
昔からの付き合いのような。
Fuck you, Weathering Waves. You can't ever have any consequences, can you? I'm kind of impressed that you even went the far as to mention there was any sort of memory shit in the first place. Why didn't you just go... Well, okay, I'm just gonna say now. Why didn't you just say, Luno's back, everyone remembers you? Why'd you even have the memory thing? Like honestly, look at me right now, Weathering Waves. Why did you have everyone forgets Luno when it doesn't fucking matter? Tell me that. Explain to me. Walk me through why you even bothered. Because, one, Luno has never had a negative reaction to the fact that no one remembered her. There's not like an emotional downturn. Two, you just have off-screen everyone's friendly again and all of the relationships are reset. And Luno doesn't seem to give a single flying fuck about the lack of memories and, like, the friendships she once had, the important moments. Like, you know what does a better job than this? Fucking RE0. RE0 has Subaru constantly losing memories and relationships with other people. Constantly. He has grand memories and understandings of these people of times he's been together. And while they don't go crazily into it, at the very fucking least, he suffers from the loss of those relationships and the loss of those connections a lot. Luno just doesn't fucking care. Why do you even bring up the memory thing? It seems like it was pointless. What should have been fucking happening is Luno should have suffered. Oh, God. The writers are a bunch of yeah, they're shit. They're just shit. They're pussies. They are fucking pussies. Like, I don't give a fuck what someone's gonna say, like, oh, they're trying their best. They should be fired for this kind of shit. Or at the very least, the goddamn person who keeps just rubber stamping this first draft bullshit. You know what it feels like? This is what I could predict. One person in the writer's room said, well, we can't just let her come back to life. We need to have some sort of, like, problem or, you know, some sort of issue. Everyone else like, why? Just let her come back to life. And he tries his best. He forces through. Maybe she's not remembered by other people. And they're like, oh, well, I don't care about this, but okay. Just shut the fuck up. She's not remembered. We'll put it in the goddamn story. And then they put it in the story and then just immediately throw it away because none of the consequences matter. It's like saying, oh my God, fucking this character's got cancer. Oh my Lord, this is so bad. Off screen, it went into remission. By the way, no one cared or knew or gave a fuck. That's like what's happening here. They never let any consequences play out. Like, how much fun would we have been having if Luno was able to suffer through that with us? connected to us. Remember what I said earlier, like I think a couple of streams ago. Luno should have come with us on our adventures. She should have been adventuring through Renacedia with us. We should have been going around the other island, having adventures. She should be like involving herself over there and trying to forget that no one remembers her back home. And then when we finally go back home, this is the part where she should be struggling with the fact that all of her family don't remember her. Her friends, her cousins, her mum and dad, everyone does not remember her. This is a place of great fucking pain for her. But after traveling with you, she realizes she needs to face the fact she loves these people and she can step forward and make a new relationship with them. This is the moment we should see Luno stepping into that. But we don't, because they don't know how to write. They have the writing skill of a 5-year-old who doesn't like the idea of sad consequences. Wah! Fuck you, Kuro Games! Anyway, let's continue.
挨拶はこれくらいにしましょう。オーガスタ、今の状況を教えて。
セブンヒルズ一帯の黒潮はおそらく大地の上空を漂う。
Theoretically, the dark side flows from the blood-cloud clubs. Hightown's always follow its movement, but this time nothing, no blood-cloud monomies, no fluctuations.
うがちのくさびが黒潮を抑えているのは
We always knew the Earthrend was a stop wedge. Eruption with that would
みんな
find
も
what we
分かっ
thought
て
possible.
我々は一度
Ugh.
黒潮の造物による襲撃を阻止しアンカーオベリスクを利用して
We repelled the first wave and set up anti-corrosion wall
侵食止めの
anchor
バリアを
obelisk.
そちらは何かつかめた
Have you discovered anything? I'm gonna practice doing some shit, I guess. We'll mention that. The practice of being fractonious.
そんなことが神王を殺してパラダイスの降臨の因果を断ち切ることができたと思ったら
Oh my god, it's coming back.
今度はレビアタンの復活
Look at all that cute hair. I want to put my hands in Luno's hair. I don't know why. My brain. Okay, you go. Okay. It's an anime girl. I'm just gooning. I'm just gooning. I'm yearn posting. Another tide outbreak. Oh my god, more enemies. Let's go beat them up.
レビアタンは1秒たりとも我々を休ませる気がないようだ
Let's go. My sword is ready. I shall stab the evil monsters.
久しぶりだ
This is like the big thing at the end of the patch, right? Where all the heroes that you used to know come together for the final big fight, and you've met them all once or twice. I guess that's what they're trying to do. I will say one thing about 2.0's patch. Septimont was my favorite of the two islands. It was way more developed as an idea, and generally speaking, didn't reflect poorly. Like, it didn't look like a piece of shit. Are we gonna do a cutscene, or am I gonna run out and stab someone? Let's see. Looks like run out and stab someone is gonna be the answer. However, I'm gonna go in here and hide away from the rain, though. Whew. It's just raining too much. Hide away in here. So, we're gonna leave it here until tomorrow. We will continue our adventures of going through this. I feel like I need a little break after that little crash out about fucking Luno's quest having absolutely no consequence. But yeah, we're gonna leave it here. We're gonna leave it here for now. I'll be back tomorrow and we'll continue through. Perhaps we'll be actually able to finish this quest tomorrow. That or maybe the next day, and then we'll just keep going on. Because we are going to burn through all of Weathering Waves as fast as possible. Not that I'm going to go crazy. Why is there a fourth one? What does the fourth one do? The fuck? What? Why is there a fourth one, but nothing's happening? That's weird. Oh, I can look at Luno again. Hell yeah. Anyway, thank you for hanging out. Thanks for chilling. I hope that you enjoyed yourself, and I will catch you all tomorrow, where we will suffer together even more, or even longer, and more terrible things will happen. By which I mean, I'm just gonna complain. See you later.